They had a bunch of guidelines, and he totally got a lifetime ban. Hello, I hope everyone's doing well. It is a Monday. Hello. Awesome. Make sure my phone's off. I'm gonna be walking around the room, um, turning on computers, doing certain things. But hi, Pam. Hello. My embroidery hoop arrived. Yay! After all the time. Why, hello. How's it going?
I do exist.
Yay! Hello. Awesome. How's it going, Pam? Yay! Hello, Joy. How is everybody? How are you doing, Phoenix? Awesome.
Great. Is this audio okay? I'm trying a different mic out. Let me know if it's pooped.
Oh, you sound great.
Yeah.
Yay. Hey, hello, everybody. Awesome.
Yeah, I'm on my phone right now.
Oh, you sound good, Brandon. You sound good. Awesome.
Cool.
So what are you making today, Phoenix? What are you working on?
I am finishing some stuff we worked on yesterday. So I need to put the elastic into this beautiful... Oh, I forget my setup.
Yeah, I'll make you big.
Let me disgorge myself with cat treats. So the top needs some elastic set in, and there's a couple spots where I should reinforce things for this gorgeous, flashy, stretchy purple that we fought with yesterday because my zigzag attachment hates this fabric. We have to finish the seams for my, I don't know, old-fashioned, old-timey underwear in a chemistry set print. And we have some quilting to work on. So we've got all sorts of stuff that we started yesterday that didn't get finished, and I needed to sit and mull over, but here we are. And Loki says, I would like some snackies, please.
Yay!
That's what I'm hurting my little kid.
I'm just running around, turning on all my robots in here. I made an imperial style cloak, and it's growing, and it's as the days go on, it's becoming more and more awesome. Purple Riding Sewing Hood. Well, it's a working title.
Awesome.
And my embroidery.
Oh, actually, and if I don't have enough stuff,
Oh, no worries. After waiting forever. Hello. Yay. No worries, Mo. We'll be here for a while. After much anticipation, I finally got my embroidery hoop. So we're going to find out if my brother PE535, aka the stocky machine, from whoever sent me that machine, I still thank you. Don't come by my house, but I still thank you after all these years. So we're going to see if the brother PE535 still works. I was going to clean my closet, but it's just insurmountable.
Yeah, I feel that we're looking at staring into the depths of my closet also. I'm like, ugh. It's great that it's not in my fabric tub, which you can't see, but then it goes into my closet, and I'm like, okay.
Hey, butterfly. Hello. Awesome. Have a great night, Mo. Have a great night. Man, I barely made it here this evening by the seat of my pants. There's a lot going on. I originally pulled out my grandmother's Bel Air sewing machine because that was going to be my sewing machine of the week. But then I wasn't feeling well. And then yesterday, I did something and unplugged half of this room.
Okay.
And
Until your electrical broke down by any.
And it took me a good, hey, butterfly. It took me 3 hours to figure out what the problem was. So sewing machine of the week will be out soon. Hey Pam, yay! But it will be my Bel Air sewing machine. And I put stickers on it just to tick off the purists.
Loki, it's a good thing people can sort of see you through the other camera, because there's nothing wrong with my other camera. It was just in Loki's flex.
Yay! How are you doing, Brandon?
I'm good. I'm just playing a video game over here, and I have to be able to hear it, and
Oh, understandable.
it plays through. But if you talk to me, I'll unmute and
Are you still
laugh.
kind of? Are you still shocked about Isaiah getting a lifetime ban on the PlayStation Network?
I did. Well, not really. I mean, I can understand. I can. I've had that kind of imagination. I can imagine what he actually did. I don't think he ever told me, but
He was on this weird game and he broke their bylaws and they banned him for life
yeah.
on the entire PlayStation. And my whole beef is like, that's fine, but please give me back the thousands of dollars from Fortnite, the money back for the PlayStation, you know, because my son was addicted to Fortnite. One more. I think that's the last one. But that's what happens when corporations get to run everything.
Nothing good ever happens.
Yay! I am so excited that I got my embroidery hoop back. Well, this is a new one.
Replaced.
Awesome. This took forever. I earned my Karen badge on this because this wasn't supposed to come. They switched the day on me a few times. I think I should kind of clean my machine a little bit. It's been so long. I have to take my Bel Air. No worries, Butterfly and Joy. We will be here. I think I should take my Bel Air off of the desk. Do you know those old school sewing machines really were boat anchors?
Yes, it is a workout moving them around.
If this thing doesn't weigh 45 pounds, it weighs like 35.
Close enough.
Oh, these things are heavy.
And the old ones were like 50 pounds or above.
Yeah, but or more like mine, which is in an entire table. I mean, I guess I could take the machine out, but
Oh yeah, those are the real old ones. When they're actually, yeah.
Oh, I'm stoked. Okay, so let's have a talk. Mainly, I'm looking right in the computer and talking to myself. I'm not going to destroy this hoop. I will not over tighten it. I now understand the dynamics of working with an embroidery hoop. So hopefully this will last longer than my other one.
well, depending on which part broke, like the not the part that's got the attachments that go onto the machine, but the inner section. Mine cracked, and the woman from the sewing machine store was just like, just put some tape around it, and it should work fine. And it has since. I mean, she gave me a replacement, but
mine worked for a while, but then it pooped out. I'm hoping it was the hoop, but we're gonna find out right now if it's the hoop or if it's other thing. But because I'm half Howie Mandel, I wipe everything down with Lysol wipes. At this point, Walmart should give me a sponsor.
Lysol needs to be the sponsor.
Oh, excuse me. I go Walmart way too much. Oh, speaking of which, I bought a new pattern. It's just for a shirt, but I'm really stoked about it because I have all this new fancy fabric and I need something besides a jacket to make.
Fair. I know I've got to strap in the snack sack because yesterday the little man realized I have it, so he's not here now, but if he shows up, he's literally going to like trying to run off. with the snack sack.
Oh, that's
Come
awesome.
on, Loki. Yeah, he's. Oh, that's right. You missed the whole thing. So last week, I cut my show short because I just wasn't feeling it. I walk outside. Human is jumping over the fence into the neighbor's yard and said, "Baloo, jump the fence." I was like,
Yikes.
"You gotta be kidding me." Fortunately, he was wearing his safety harness, so it's not every day you see a cat in an orange and blue harness like just wandering the street. So it's like somebody's gonna realize he's a housed cat. Ugh, wandering around, and then
Oh, that's
he was looking
crazy.
at the steps. He's like, I had this snack sack, and he's like, "Oh, there's food in there. I could eat some food right now." Shit.
Really quickly, this program is for entertainment purposes only, and this content is not intended to malign any religion, race, company, individual, or wigs. All opinions expressed by Godless Sewing and program participants are solely their personal views and do not reflect the opinions of every human being on planet Earth. And here at Godless Sewing Airlines, we appreciate you. We want you to be here, but if you don't want to, that's okay. And we have exits on both sides. And if you speak Spanish, that's a izquierda and derecha. I hope everybody has a great evening flying Godless Sewing Airlines. And you know what? The dinner car is going to be open early because I've been kind of peckish all day. So I'll be hungry in about an hour. No, Sunday's like I'll be able to hang out next Sunday, but my schedule kind of changed for a minute. Like
It's all good. It happens.
adulting,
0 out of 0 stars. Do not recommend.
But I'm gonna get my Sundays back, hopefully.
It's okay. It's been fine, but that 2 weeks ago, YouTube dumped me like 8 subscribers overnight, and over the course of 2 weeks, I went down 14. I was like, am I saying all these naughty words? Like, what's happening?
Same thing happened to me. I reached 5 and then lost it. Hello. I'm at like 4 something right now.
Oh my god, you were so. Oh, sheepers.
I think someone was trolling me because I woke up and I was like, I'm at 501. And literally like an hour later, I was right back to where I was. So I think somebody was really trolling me on that one. Hello, how's it going, Skids? How's it going, Gilroy? Skitsaroonie, I like that. I'm taking that.
Skitsaroonie.
Oh, Brandon, you're always welcome here. If you dropped out because of technical difficulties or anything else, I'll be here for a while. I'm in my full James Brown. I'm building capes. I always say like, oh, I'm always gonna go for an hour. Every time I say that, it's a 5-hour stream. So I'm not saying that. Oh, and also this stream is dedicated to Mark Short and anyone who is suffering from cancer. 2 or 3 weeks ago, our friend Mark Short told us that he was suffering from stage 4 cancer and there was nothing they can do. So you will forever be with us here in the House of Sewing. And because of Sydney, it's inspired me to put gold on everything. Because that's for cancer awareness. So my cape is looking extra Roman because it's purple and gold. But this totally threw me for a loop because I was not expecting this to hey, how's it going?
Yeah, it's my phone.
No worries. I'm just so stoked that I got this machine going again.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see.
Did you?
We'll see.
As a blank pouch full or what?
Well, this because it's spooky season, this machine, hold on, let me turn. This Brother PE 535 just showed up in my house one day. In my real name, and I've been Godless Sewing for a long time now. And so this showed up in my real name at my house, and at the time this was like $1,000 machine. And so someone spent $1,000 to spook me out. It kind of tripped me out. This giant. I checked every credit card, everything. I did a sewing investigation.
I like that. Sewing investigation.
And you know
Mostly
what?
At the house of sibling. How did this fabric get here?
Do you know? No, because I live by the Judge Judy rule that there's no such thing like too good to be true is too good to be true. You know?
So you don't believe in coincidences? It's like
No, I'm not one of those people who do. No,
everything happens for a reason. You know?
No, not
Understand?
necessarily, but we are driven by reason. Like somebody did this just didn't show up in my house out of the blue, you know?
Yeah.
No, not that machine. But if somebody wants to drop me off that climax in a treadle I saw,
Well, was it
sewing machine?
was the machine in front of your door like a package or?
It came full Amazon UPS with the full packing, everything.
Oh wow!
And the person you know, they managed to not publish their name. They sent it with no name.
To you. Wow. Okay.
I like. You know what? Okay, Gilroy, that's twice now. Soberanchi and Salumbo. Patent pending. I love Salumbo. I still watch Columbo when it's on TV. I still watch Columbo.
What about an old Moto she wrote?
I watch all of that. Do you have Me TV?
No, I don't. I'll check it out though.
But it basically just shows like Hawaii Five-0, All in the Family, Sanford and Son.
Oh wow.
Chico and the Man. Just like a lot of the old school 70s.
Good Times is one. Does it show that?
Mm-hmm. But that was in syndication when I was a kid. I watched that when I was extremely young.
I grew up on that too.
All right, where's the? And I randomly bought a toolbox because I have a shopping problem, and
Yeah.
it was $3 though, Phoenix, and it's real steel. I have to grab it now.
Yes, you do. Before I go to mute myself to do some actual sewing. More sewing.
Never got into Murder, She Wrote. I never really got soaps. I was addicted to Murder, She Wrote. And
what about Matlock?
Loved Matlock. Loved. And what was that show that Dick Van Dyke was on in his older years? He played a doctor.
Doctor.
Yes. At least he admitted he has a problem. I'm stuck on step 1 of my hoarding. I admit I have a problem.
I always go somewhere once we admit that part.
I'll just also admit that at this age, at this point in my life, I'm not going to do anything about it except for add to it.
That was the Dick Van Dyke show. I know that.
He was something MD. I've always watched like the Hallmark Channel. I was addicted to Dr. Quinn, Medicine Woman, even when she moved over to the Hallmark Channel. I was a big TV watcher. I was really sick as a kid, so I watched a lot of television because I was always at home.
Sure, I'll Google that shit. I don't know. I'll figure it out.
Remember, it's not a character flaw; it's a disease. No, that's a T-shirt. Me too. I'll probably add to mine.
Diagnosis Murder.
Thank you.
Diagnosis Murder.
Thank you. I love it because it was always on TV here.
Diagnosis Murder. That was a good show.
I know. I didn't really need to Google it. Killer is in the house. I could have just waited. And I was like,
right when you said it, it popped up, but you beat me by like a millisecond.
Pam and I are
funny
honest.
because I wasn't even on that screen.
All right, I've been cleaning for the past like month, and I'm actually weirdly organized, so I have to find a scrap to make a patch with. And I need to find my interfacing too. I have patch interfacing in this room because I do it the proper way. Where it is a whole other story about, I don't know. So I really didn't understand yardage like I do now, and I went to I went to Joann's and I bought an entire bolt of of lace patch interfacing. So I have miles and miles
The
of it.
sturdy kind or the wash away kind?
It was the sturdy kind. Because it's backing and it gives the patch more oomph, because I like a good thick patch, because like even this t-shirt I'm wearing, you can't see it, but I looked at it today and I wear it while I'm writing, and so there's a vest, the everything is chipping away at the top of the shirt because there's nothing protecting it when I'm just an everyday wear and tear. You're gonna do embroidery for us? How exciting. I am. I'm just trying to decide. First, I'm gonna just test it out because I'm hoping it was just a hoop. All right. Stay focused, sewing. Let me go to my toolbox of thread that I have.
No, dude. Actually, my thread's all over the place in drawers, and I do know where my interfacing is for when I do embroidery because it's all in one drawer. So my washable interfacing, my other ones, my this, my that, my other thing. Embroidery interfacing and fusing is freaking expensive. It's more expensive, I think, than the fabric that you do the embroidery on.
It is. I don't like them thick. I prefer them thick. Now I don't even know. Are we talking about sewing? We probably quit talking about sewing like 6 months ago.
Always.
That sounds like a weird conversation.
All right.
No,
This is the kicker with it.
it's just sewing.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. I'm just trying to figure out which edge is there.
Right, which end is the right end of your thick interfacing? Oh,
Okay, now is that sewing involved? I don't know.
it is. Because there is a right way to unspool your thread. If you're going to hand sew, you take from the end that's already liberated. You don't cut it and use the wrong end because it'll get jaggedy and snaggedy and not nice. So there is a correct end for your sewing. And
There was a young lady, like when I first got this, I was shocked. Then, I did what every sewist does. I went to YouTube and I typed in the machine and trying to watch a tutorial. And there was this young lady who had a business and she was on fire. I need to resubscribe to her channel because she was so exciting. I can't remember her name. I was subscribed to her for a while, but her energy is what inspired most of my videos, because she'd come out and she'd be like, all right, today we're going to do this. And she just would come out running.
it's good to watch. You have some high energy shows because sitting here watching the play-by-play of getting a sewing machine threaded is not always that exciting unless it's a beauty you've never worked on before and you're like, how do you do that? And then you find out there's no videos for the machine that you're trying to thread.
I'm obsessed with hockey. Hockey season's back. I fell asleep watching highlights on the couch last night. If you're talking in a low melodic tone, I will pass out on you. Perfect. All right. So I wonder if I have. Should I just go right back to making black patches again? I threaded it with white thread for a reason.
Right, so you can see.
I just purchased more what I call lining from Walmart, but let's be real. Every time I go to Walmart, like, I could only imagine the loss prevention guy, like to the new loss prevention guy, when I walk in, they're like, no, don't follow that guy around. He's a peruser. And he's he's going to buy half the store. Leave him alone. Leave that young man alone.
Well, and I keep hearing that Joanne Fabrics might be filing for bankruptcy or they're having a hard time and their management is one of their like high up CEOs used to work for at like Lockheed Martin, and is now over at
Does he know
Joint
about?
Fabrics. But I think he might be the one who just like dropped it. There have shenanigans are happening there.
We have entered the King's Corner section of the stream. Do you know what's really funny? The Kings won almost every game in the playoffs, and they've lost every game in the beginning of this season. They've dropped an egg. So it's going to be a long year.
Well, haven't the Dodgers done the same thing?
Oh, the Dodgers. The Dodgers lost to the Arizona
The
Diamondbacks
Diamondbacks.
for the first time in a long time. Every year, the Dodgers would beat the Diamondbacks and they'd run in the pool and celebrate. And the Diamondbacks considered it disrespectful. But most people that show up, hey, welcome back, Joy. Most people who show up for Arizona games are from LA, so they're Dodger fans. Because for a long time, there's a massive exodus of people from LA moving to Arizona because Arizona's affordable. Half of my family did it. Literally, half of my family has moved to Arizona because you could, they're living high on the hog in Arizona, where they could, where it's like you could buy a 2-story house for the same price as an apartment.
As you could get 500 square feet with a toilet and
Still,
an
even
electric like plug-in. No oven for you. You just get the electric plug-in cooktop.
Oh, you get an oven, but it's one of those weird like mini ones, camper ones,
A toaster.
What did I do with that black interfacing? I'm so disorganized. I've like cleaned so well that I've hid everything from myself.
I hate when that happens. I like living in a beautiful, chaotic disaster that where I can find shit until I can't.
Well, yesterday, and shout out to my son. Yesterday, my son helped me out, but like I don't know what I did. I shut down half the power, and the funny thing is, I had to go back behind. I found the every tabletop to every sewing machine table in this room was back there. I forgot about that. I found a bag of shoelaces, which reminds me, my super mega long shoelace should be in there. I have a black sweater where I just like, I made it really dramatic because I added a bunch of white laces. It looks really good, but the extra long laces on the sweatshirt got annoying.
Mm-hmm.
Because it looked really cool, but then like it got caught on everything because I'm naturally goofy. And I walk into everything.
Yeah,
I'm
I
fine,
go style over to and default to function.
Bag of shoelaces is my next folk band. I love it. Where is my bag? It's somewhere around here. I was like, oh crud, I forgot about this. I found a bunch of yardsticks because I weirdly collect yardsticks like I'm a fabric slanger like those people in downtown. I'm gonna pull out my cape in a minute, but I purchased this. Let's see if you can see it here. I'll move my computer. Can you see that? I purchased this.
This is the one. Is this the one that's got the embossed? This is the pressed ones, not the ones that magenta one that actually had the 3D sculpted flowers.
These are. It's just also with the purple. These are 3D, but it's just with the purple. Okay. It really blends in. The red. I don't know if you can see my regal. Oh, the gold is shining on my camera, but the gold really sticks out on this. It looks Roman. It almost looks Roman. It's awesome. I feel like I'm in what's his name? Russell. I feel like I'm in a Russell Crowe movie. Did I use it? No. I'm like sitting here trying to like. There's no way. Did I leave the bag in the kitchen? So I have this really bad habit of when I go shopping, I'm really weirdly organized and I put all my bags in one space. If anything's missing from the grocery store, I guarantee you it's in that pile of bags where I have to go through everything. So I'm like running through my head of where did I leave that black interfacing?
I only have one.
I should.
Right, I
Yes,
can hold down
ma'am.
the fort for a hot minute. Half the
Yes,
folks
ma'am.
here watched me
I
take
am.
this dress last night.
I am going right now, Pam. I am going right now.
So I decided the top needed a little bit of elastication to just nip everything in nicely. And I wasn't sure if this elastic is going to last forever, so I opted to cut it a little short. I sewed the ends together, and I'm just making a little channel right now. But my favorite way of putting an elastic, if it's nice and new, is to attach it first a little bit on the right side and then flip it over. So, like, we'll pretend this is elastic. So I attach it on the right side and then fold that whole thing over and then over again and sew it on the inside channel, just in case anybody does. But I think this elastic is halfway to rotten and I want to be able to replace it. So I'm making it so it's more easily detachable. And we're still skipping. Oh, I did sew through the elastic right there. Oops. We're not skipping quite so badly. I still am curious as to why the zigzag attachment in this fabric said hard pass. Unless maybe I just also needed some interfacing to make it a little sturdier.
Was it just not working at all? There's my bag of laces. I was not
Not
careful.
at all on this fabric. I tried the bag of shoelaces. I tried 2 different zigzag attachments, and I could see where it punctured the material that the needle was going through, but the bobbin and upper thread were not making a stitch. And I tested it on woven fabric, and it was like, yeah, we don't hate this. It was just this weird stretchy material that the machine was like, no, not interested.
That's so strange. You know, sewing machines are weirdly picky that way.
Yes, they're like all machinery. I've noticed though. I've not had a piece of equipment that isn't oddly particular.
You know, like honestly, lately I've been feeling like there's ghosts in the machine. Okay, so watch this. It took me a minute to figure this one out. Let's see if it does it. The- Hold on, it didn't do the.
What did you just do right there? What hellscape am I living in?
It showed up one day and it freaked me out. My heart dropped the first time it happened because I always have a J and I'm always doing this. And then all of a sudden balloons started going up and I'm like, what did I do? I have a virus on my computer.
I'm
But
still not
there's
saying you
something.
don't.
It never does it when I ask it to.
Isn't that usually the way?
All right, where is that interface? No more shenanigans.
I don't know, but I cut this elastic a little bit shorter, and then I know it'll hold me up tight, or hopefully we won't have more durable functions. And I've got more similar, a thicker material. I am on a quest now to get that zigzag attachment to work with this fabric.
Oh man, my fan does make it sound like I'm on an airplane. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, just making sure. I need to look in here and see if the fabric is in here. I have too many places to hide stuff in this house.
I know I'm a big fan of clear containers and open shelving.
I'm trying to do it. Ooh, should I make a patch with the stinky material?
Sure, why not? Because it's good for nothing else.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's do this. Hi ho, hi ho. Stinky material. Here we go.
Sure.
Mute myself again.
Okay. Alright, let's see. Oh, we're in the home stretch. Let's see, 2 more pins. And so we can see, because it's shorter than the top piece that I'm gathering down, it makes this nice little like ruched detail here, but it makes sewing it hard. So I just try to slowly flatten out a piece so it's nice and straight and smooth, because I lined up this, I know where all the seams need to line up, and then I just do a little bit carefully and then go on to the next section. But we're not here for learning shit. Oh, hello, shithead. You come to say hello to these kindly folks. Ow, that's my finger.
Still, oh man. Hi ho, off to Fabric Warehouse he goes. I like that. Patent pending. I'm kidding. I like that a lot. I've had so many adventures in sewing lately. It's not even funny. The guy that I buy fabric from, 3 weeks ago, I bought a bunch of fabric. He celebrated by cracking a Modelo open at 8 something in the morning. And I don't judge people.
For sale, swig.
Oh, he was so stoked. I probably bought him a case. Every time I go, I probably buy him a case. Cause
you can't steal it because it's attached.
I tell him I want 4 yards. He gives me 6 or 7. Isaiah measures it every time.
Just to go shopping. I'm like, I don't need stuff, but if I can get good prices hanging out with you, I'll make it worth. You'll make it worth my while.
I recently purchased this pink rattlesnake material. He gave it to me for $1.50 a yard. I purchased another material. He gave it for me $2 a yard. He gave me sequins for $3 a yard.
Oh my God.
He just doesn't the more and more I go there, I dig more because I've already purchased. If you look at all my shorts, I've pretty much purchased all the stuff in the front. Because he's giving me unreal prices, and you know what? I'm not here to judge anybody. I'm in love.
No, I will say yes, please, thank you. You can have my money.
I mean, all he's doing is cutting fabric.
Take some more.
If you have a few brewskis on the job with that, it's not going to affect anything. I think that's the culture of everyone on that particular corner. Because that shop is the end of the fashion district. That is the last shop. Literally, it is.
We don't sell that much. You've made it this far, so we made a sale.
Oh, he loves me. Oh, he absolutely loves me.
I don't think this is going to end the way you hope it will, Kat. You're attached to me. Do not break your teeth. Oh my God.
And for anyone keeping score, the stinky fabric stays true to its name, because as I cut it, it's literally outgassing as I'm cutting it.
Oh no, off-gassing and probably outgassing you.
In that realm, you're here. You're my interpreter.
Yes. Right. I know, it's been a while. I've missed this.
One of my new sayings is, I don't know what goes on, I just play the piano. I don't know what goes on upstairs, I just play the piano. Okay.
Sugar snacks in the office.
Oh. My problem was I was over tightened too. I really feel like that was my problem on my other hoop.
Yeah, you need to be like just finger tight, not like, oh my god, the world is gonna end if this is not tight enough.
That's you. I don't even, that can't compete with me. That, like, I only have like two speeds, 0 and 120.
Yeah, no, this is the embroidery hoop is like a gentle lady. You have to play nice and offer her a joint or something. Make it worth her while.
Maybe that's why he gives you good deals. Maybe he's paid off by people further down the fabric district so that people will come back. He is literally the last store. Like, I wouldn't recommend going into any other neighborhood besides, like, once you leave that, you are on Skid Row, because everywhere else is really cleaned up. I mean, extremely. And they've gone out of their way to clean up downtown. But let's be real, it's still downtown.
Yeah.
I lived, when I first moved to Portland, I lived in downtown Portland, and I saw more craziness in downtown Portland than I saw in downtown LA. Oh, and that was 20 something years ago.
I know. I think so. Everything right now. I don't. You know, there's so much that doesn't feel safe and yucky, but weird. But so, what are you? Are you starting to stock up on candies before the 2025 ban on yellow number 3 or whatever it is? But they're going to outlaw like 12,000 different types of candies and beverages from your great state of California.
If there is ever a reason why I move, if I can't get Reese's Pieces peanut butter cups, I'm moving. I'm moving. Skittles I can deal with because they just hurt my teeth. But what is there not? I'm using the stinky fabric for my embroidery hoop test piece. We'll see if it holds up. It's going to be really interesting to see, but they're banning everything. You know, gas motors,
Right.
everything.
Fun.
So we'll see what happens. Candy, if that goes through, I'm gonna go move to Nevada where you can still have fun. All right.
I think something got pretty sewed in here. We'll see how this works. I can't try it out because I'm packing my snack sack right now, and it's going to make me an awkward bulge at this and go, wow, that was a weird word collection of words.
Can you hear that? So I was told it's supposed to be semi drum tight, but
that
like,
sounds right. I'll stitch on that.
All right. So far, so good. Okay. So for the test patch, the needle is down. Press the needle position button to raise the needle. Oh. It always takes me a minute to figure this thing out. Might as well test it out on garbage fabric. I agree 1,000%, Pam. 1,000%, because it is garbage fabric. All right, let me switch my camera. It definitely is garbage fabric. And the funny thing is, I do not know why it smells so bad. And I mean, it smells like burning tires.
Hey, that's gross. Salamanca.
Crazy.
It's not making me reminisce of places that are beautiful.
Oh, wow. I am not that angry. We're going to change that design of that patch. It saved the last designing.
Some of the pre-stitches or something, like, you're just doing a preset to...
Well, I have my Kiss Your Cook patches I always make. So that's an easy KYC. Okay, which one? Okay, we're gonna go. We'll go simple. Okay. And the funny thing is, like when you're making patches, you have to like on a Brother PE 535, you have to set it on the medium setting, or it just will not do it properly. Okay. And I've learned all of this the hard way. Okay, Y.
Well, we don't
C.
learn if things are easy.
Oh, it's been so long. So, okay, I have a quick question for my embroidery friends. Is it bad to make the thread density always at 120%?
I don't know I could change that. I just stitch it at what it is.
Okay, so
Oh
size.
my god, this outfit is so crazy. Can we go to 1980s prom, please?
Oh, yes! I can hear the music playing right now. That's awesome. That screams Sadie Hawkins dance, 1987.
All right, we'll wear this, but I gotta strap my snack sack on the outside. Kiss me, I'm a sewing patch.
Instead of kiss me, I'm Irish, you should make me kiss me. I'm a sewing patch. I like that. So I don't think so. Fills it in better. No, I don't think so. Okay, so I should go with the full density. Hot mama. I can see you with your hair to the side and everything.
I know, I wasn't even thinking. I'm like,
I'm hearing Duran Duran, Human League, Boy George, and Tears for Fears. Everybody wants to rule the world.
I could do me some Duran Duran too. Yes, we can do it. I will take one of each, please.
Oh, now I have Hungry Like the Wolf stuck in my head. And do you know that's one of the first songs to be #1 that was on a soundtrack? It was on a James Brown soundtrack. Okay, I got the density up, KYC, and edit. It really doesn't matter. Let's embroider. All right. All right. This has been
All right, you
months.
can embiggen yourself now.
This has been months. I've been waiting for this stupid hoop for months. If this bonks, I'm going to mute myself because I'm going to say some really like terrible things. So I don't want you guys to hear or judge me by.
I can yell at the cat who's literally attached to my lap right now.
Okay, so far so good. No bunching.
Okay.
Oh, no slamming. Before it would have like it would like slam. It would literally make a slamming noise.
And were you nice and put in a new needle for her just for good measure?
Oh, I don't even want to. I can't even look at it. I'm not even gonna look at it.
Oh no! Move your coffee cup, says we're Joy. So far, so good. I see machine continuing to stitch. I don't see or hear tears right now. It doesn't look like we've broken any needles.
I can't look.
It's all right. I'm looking for you and giving you the play-by-play.
Oh, this machine isn't so cursed. This isn't so cursed.
Okay, so far so good. We haven't broken anything. We're continuing to stitch.
Oh, hold on 1 second.
We're going. Didn't want to visit right. Ow! God. You are a disaster waiting to happen. Stop. That bag's not. That's. You need to stop yelling, little man. Oh no! No! I will put the snack sack in the drawer so you can. No. Hey, hands. Ow! That was my finger. All right, we're gonna have to put the snack sack away because we have a vicious little child who is decided to draw blood. No snacks for you. Hey, Hands. All right, good. Your dad's back. I gotta go remove the snack stack because we're having problems over here.
Oh, I can't even look. So far, so good. It's still going. Everyone says hi, Hands. What'd you guys do? Awesome. That's always fun. I'm holding my breath right now to see if this machine works. Oh, you know what? I don't even want to say anything because it's so far no snackies for 8 days. Yay! Hello.
Oh, well, I guess I could have put the family down before I came back over here. We've got our sewing therapeutic bloodletting for the night, so we should be good on that.
So this table is actually way longer than what it appears. My desk is 7 feet long. But I have everything centered on this side. There's a whole other bunch of stuff over here. But because of camera angles, you can't tell. Oh, I can't even look. I can't remember if I have to pull the bottom piece out further. Oh, that's quality. Yes, the machine is working once again.
Awesome.
So should I can't remember if I have to act like I'm gonna rethread it to add the border or if I should just add the border.
Just do it. You're just testing stuff out because you're just getting to know you again.
Because I can't remember. It's been so I haven't used it. I used this when I I got this for free. So when I got it, I went to the store and I went crazy. I bought all kinds of embroidery thread, I downloaded all kinds of stuff online. Is it okay to cancel the current pattern section? Yes. Okay, so I'm gonna add a border on this. I am so excited. I love this machine. If you look at my vest, you can see the evolution of patches. Because they literally went from hand sewing my patches, especially on my old ones, to adding you don't have to rethread, just push start. Godless Amalgamated Industries patch division is in business. Absolutely. I am so excited. Okay. So Pam says you don't have to rethread, just push start. Okay, so I can't remember. Okay, it's the rectangle border. I used to do this all the time. And like the Meatloaf song says, it's all no, I'm sorry, that's not Meatloaf, that's Celine Dion. I apologize to my music people. I was listening to Meatloaf earlier. But like tis all like the Celine Dion song, it's all coming back to me. Okay, size. Make this smaller. The cool thing with this machine is that I can test out the size of the border. So once I get done selecting the size and picking my thread and everything, once you get right before the point of doing the embroidery, it'll show you where it's gonna go. So I love the rotate.
Have you seen this new embroidery machine? I think it's actually a new brother that you have to basically buy a subscription to their software to keep the machine going.
I would
and it looks ugly, like a coffee maker.
That's awful. Do you know what's really funny? That kind of hurts my feelings. That's like Isaiah, like we were talking with Brandon earlier, like Isaiah's really into video games, but it bothers me how they're all pay for play. And you have to keep paying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Joy, he can do both at the same time now. Except my embroidery machine, I like feel like I need to BB it because I do stuff with so many different color changes that that machine, I love it and I hate it all at the same time.
I know that feeling well. Okay, so now I have to make the border a little bit bigger because I checked and it's not. It's that's why it's great to check these things. I actually miss this machine. I would geek out on this thing for hours and challenge myself to see what I can and cannot make on this. Because this thing does have limitations, but there's a lot of things you can do with this machine.
Yeah, I just didn't like that my limitation was my 4x4 hoop. It's like I want to do bigger things, and my machine is not. It can't
I
handle that.
I wish Alibaba was here because I want that like $20,000 machine that I see online. So
But
all those like professional embroidery people, those machines are like 10 grand and up.
yes. But then somehow there's people like Steve who is somehow an ambassador for Baby Lock that they just
Oh,
gave her a set. She has two of those machines
oh, and
with
they're
the
baby locks,
like
so they
the
actually
five
work.
thread multi-chain. Like I know, right? You're just having a patchgasm over there.
Okay, come on.
Yeah, I
Okay,
put
she
this
said
knapsack
go
away
ahead.
because you drew blood and I care about you, but I can't be bleeding on my sewing all the time. Just some of the time.
All right, we're just gonna go. We're gonna let it go. All right, go. Let's see what happens. That is one thing of advice I got from the other from the person we all watch weird tutorials on YouTube, and I am the guy who literally listened to some older gentleman somewhere in Appalachia tell me that Gojo was good to clean sewing machines. What I didn't realize is that he had a junk sewing machine and I ripped the star off of my sewing machine. So not all advice on the internet is correct.
No, it just kind of depends. It was what he used, and that was his for what I don't know. I think if the decals are trash and you're just going to replace it, and it does a good job stripping it, then it was the right tool for the job, just not your job.
Exactly. No, he was pulling them out of boatyards, pulling them out of lakes, pulling them out of old barns and stuff.
Right. So that's he was just trying to make a blank canvas. It sounds like.
I have two embroidery machines, a Brother SE625 and a Husqvarna Topaz 40. They are sewing embroidery machines. I want one of those so bad, especially the Husqvarna. Gojo will get that sewing machine squeaky clean. This is actually the stink. I might have a whole line of stinky patches. This is coming out well. See, this is all I wanted.
Well, it's good for right. It didn't know what its best life was, and you helped it. You're a terrible clothing, but in small pieces, you're marginally tolerable. Oh, with the first spitting of the night.
Almost. It's so
It's
true
been a
though.
while.
It's so true. Oh, you don't need those decals. Decals are aerodynamic.
No.
I also I've two also Janome 5E and an Elna Expressive. Oh wow. Every decal subcontract 1 mile per gallon off your sewing machine performance.
Right.
Not combo machines. Oh my gosh, this is do you know this machine completely changed everything I was gonna do this evening.
It's
I
just
did
as
not.
well the Darth Manuel's not here because I didn't press my seats.
Oh
Just like
wow.
she
That's the
finally
first
did.
successful patch I've made in over a year or something. Wow. I'm impressed.
I know. Do you think the knot combo machines work better? Because I never use my Baby Lock Sophia for sewing hardly. It's mostly for the decorative stitches. Awesome.
That's quality. That's ready to wear right now, even though it's a stinky patch. And for all my embroidery people, I did waste this material because I went right in the middle. But like this stuff smells like gasoline.
Godless is Stinky Patch Emporium. If
Yay,
it's
my
not stinky,
machine.
we didn't make it.
Yeah, if it doesn't smell, it didn't come from old Uncle Sewing.
The stinkiest shop on the street.
Yay! Happy dance. Yay. I may eventually just get a straight embroidery machine. This is my first, like, just solo embroidery machine. Yay! I'm really shocked right now that it's actually working again. You're not just a burden in this room anymore. Good for you.
You've redeemed your space is now valued again.
This thing got moved around. If this thing got shuffled around like a bad sheriff. This thing just got shuffled around. Now, guys, so I can try more detailed design. Exactly. Well, I have the stinky fabric out. Let me cut my KYC stinky patch out first. Oh, I'm so stoked. Yay! I'm gonna be up all night making vulgar patches for my vests. I am so excited because a lot of the like when I go to the patch store, some of the patches I see, I'm like, I could make that. I could make that. He downloaded that from blah blah blah. Like I know where he gets a lot of his designs. It's just I don't have the machinery like this young man does. Oh, that's beautiful. She says, "Don't keep me hidden. Leave me on your desk." Do you know what's really funny, Joy? This actually used to live right here. This machine actually was always on the desk because I was always making patches, and I
Until
couldn't.
she got relegated to the bad kids corner.
Oh, she got kicked out from the tribe. She got kicked to the back of the fleet for a while.
You're
But
not worthy right now, kid. Sorry.
it's funny how one piece can make a $1,000 sewing machine useless. And then all of a sudden my sewing machine's working again, you know? Which I know the 535s are no longer $1,000. They resell for like 6 or 7 now, but I'm just saying.
Still.
All right. My rotary tool. Yay. I'm so excited. The UPS guy, you know what? I forget that people do not know I have cameras. The poor UPS guy got out of his truck. He looks up. I'm standing at the door like a psycho. I'm just standing. And he was like, oh, he literally jumped. I'm surprised he didn't throw my package.
Right then, you would have broken your hoop. Especially the last package I got from me and the son was just like in a little baggie. Or I got a new glass tumbler mug with a handle and a glass straw, and it was literally just in the box that the tumbler was in. I was like, are you really not going to be broken? But it showed up in one piece.
Oh, that's funny.
Yes, a good replacement can see what a good replacement part and not one held together with sellotape can do. Hey, my one with sellotape still works. That machine still works. The problem is not the embroidery function. The problem is that machine hates me.
I'm so stoked. Where's my file? Now I need to find. I have different files for all my patches I used to make. Oh, I have to find them now.
Don't you all have them on a jump drive just like I do that's got like 5 gajillion embroidery files that I splurged and spent gajillions of dollars. I've got flowers, dragonflies, wild birds. You name it,
I do, but I'm a junk collector.
Oh my god, my collection of Halloween ones. The skull my freestanding embroidery Halloween pattern lace ones. Oh my god. Now I want to get my machine working again.
Oh, I am so stoked. Yay. This will save me money in the long run because I have been buying patches that I could make in this. Like this LA one, I bought this at the pad shop. I could have made that. Oh, I'm so stoked. Sorry, I have to concentrate for a second and not cut my fingers off. There we
That's
go.
okay. I can not talk and not, or I can talk and not sew for a minute. Those were the words I was looking for.
Look, and it's all shiny and perfect. Look how perfect that is. I am
And probably in
so
that
stoked.
little space, it doesn't stink quite that horribly.
Jury's not out on that one yet.
'Cause it's-
I have a
Jury's not
stuffed,
back.
I have a
The jury
stuffed,
is out.
I have a stuffed nose, and I can still smell it. Yay! Ooh, oh, shiny. I'm stoked. I am so stoked. Search for free design. I made my son a naughty quilt. It had embroidered designs like handcuffs, condoms with a happy face. Oh, that's awesome. Temptress, etc. Unfortunately, lost those designs. Oh, thank you so much. I'm gonna go looking for that. Awesome. Oh, awesome. Yet another reason to tear this room apart and find all my old files. About a year ago, when this thing started pooping out on me, I did put tape on it and I kind of quit on my machine. Let's be real. I quit on this thing because if you go back and watch my old videos, you can see it in every video because it's literally right behind me. Because I would be like, what am I going to do today as far as sewing goes? And I'm like, I'm going to make a million patches. Oh man, I have a ton of embroidery thread too. I was just trying it out with my Coats and Clark because the Coats and Clark, it works as a dual thread, so that came out perfect for a patch. Absolutely perfect. It was. It was. I do some made up, not used yet. Awesome. That was so much fun. Yay! Welcome back to the fleet, kid. You proved yourself again. Oh man. So in none of my business news, what do you think about oh hold on. I've even used glow in the dark thread with the shower one. Do you know what's funny? I have a clear thread, but it just reminds me of fishing line.
No, I do have some of that glow in the dark thread, and I made some Halloween ghosties with it. I think a blue and a yellow one. It's nice. I know, Skids made my son a naughty quilt. There's not words you would think a mother would be saying tonight. That was not on my bingo card.
Oh, if you guys are jumpy, you should never hear a conversation between my mother and myself. She's a very direct human. Oh, that's funny.
It's easier that way. I don't like people beating around the bush.
Because I was raised by people who spoke plain English, I prefer it. I prefer you just to give me the meat first. I always want to hear the bad news first. Then we can get to the good news.
Right, and there's nothing wrong with constructive critique. I think that's something we've lost. Like everybody's like their fifis get hurt, and it's like, no, I'm just trying to help you actually be better. I'm not trying to make you look like an asshole.
Do you want me to get it?
Give you something to cry about. So Carrie wants the one with handcuffs and ball gags.
No, I agree with you because I think I can sing, but the only audience I have is my car and the people that are next to me that are like, oh, this guy's on one today. What is wrong with him? So we do need critiquing in this world. We do.
There's nothing wrong with constructive criticism.
Not in the we need to find a medium though between the old school ways and the new, and the new ways.
Right, because the old Slavic way and the new way, it's like you're abusing me, and I'm like, no, I'm just trying to tell you you're not as good as you think you are.
No, I come across as abrasive sometimes, but I was raised by a pre-boomer and an actual boomer. Like, so
Right.
my experiences
Yeah.
are different than others. I try to remember that. I try to not push my way of life on other people though. Lafayette, it just reminded me of the Christmas ornaments I made of naughty gingerbread men and women.
Yes, I would like the pole dancer one with the little tassels and the floopies. Oh,
Oh my
that
gosh.
no, oh, no, make
You
stuff.
guys
As if I'm
you
not
guys are
making stuff.
reminding me of Isaiah. Every year he tries to outdo himself with a naughty pumpkin. And he ends up carving what I always call a rocket ship into the pumpkin. And someone will ask me, like, what is it? I say it's a rocket ship, or I'll say he's Roman.
He thought he was gonna carve the Michelangelo's David.
Or he'll carve some like word into it every year. And I don't even flinch because when you have sometimes you can't feed into something like that.
No, and sometimes it's just kind of funny to just let you watch it play out. It's okay to laugh at it.
Oh, when people come to my house, they expect the rocket ship pumpkin in my house.
That's
And
your house
politically
is known for.
correct gingerbread
What's
man.
the rocket ship they're gonna look like this year?
I've learned though. I learned last year we got pumpkins so early we had to buy pumpkins again because we get so eager to carve them.
Oh, yeah, they don't last that long unless you put bleach on them, but then you can't eat them afterwards.
And as somebody who habitually cooks, who cooks almost every day, there are not as many pumpkin seeds in pumpkins as there used to be. And so, like, I eat them. I put It's not even rocket science. I wash them. I put Lowry's on them, and I eat them. They're so good. And I put them in the oven with olive oil, but they are so good. Boobs.
I want pumpkins with boobs.
Oh, now I'm craving pumpkin seeds. So we went to the store recently, and I did not know this exists. You can judge me. I do not eat sunflower seeds because I consider it too much work for a low reward. My son is in the
No,
hallway.
ceviche are the seeds of my life.
Well, I eat peanuts because at least you get a reward with peanuts. Peanuts are way more rewarding than a sunflower seed. So my son's walking in the hallway, and he had a jar of all salted sunflower seeds, and he's just slamming them, and I'm like, that's cheating. That is cheating. I literally do not eat sunflower seeds for that very reason, just because it's too much work for little tiny reward.
No, I just saw they've got some interesting new flavored ones in the hulls. See, like you gotta suck on the seed, then you bite it, then you get your reward.
All right,
When you ginger oh god!
the gingers were doing the naughty. Now you guys are giving me
Doing
all
ginger
kind of
stuff.
ideas for cookies this year. Now I'm craving gingerbread cookie. So every Saturday morning I either eat a McMuffin or Carl's Jr. now has buttermilk biscuits that'll literally stop your heart. You get 2 for like $6 in California. It's probably cheaper everywhere else. But I think of you, Phoenix, when I eat extremely unhealthy every morning.
As I sit here like shaking my head this entire story, I'm like,
But because I cook every day, that's like my one splurge. That is like my one splurge. Ginger style. Told you my mind was young. There's nothing wrong with that, Joy. Please do not ever lose that. There's nothing wrong with that. My pops became my friend later in life because he had the mind of a 30-year-old right when I was in my 30s. So you should never lose that. All right. Speaking. So what patch should I make? Ooh, let's try some flowers. We'll try the good old. Oh man, how much is in the bobbin?
that's the other problem with doing embroidery is changing out the freaking bobbins all the time because they're like little. Why did bobbins, like their holding capacity, decrease over time? Because I think vintage bobbins hold more thread than modern bobbins do.
They do, and
Prove me wrong.
they're whiter and they're better made because they're made with real steel. These are just oh, we hope that this passes as metal, you know. This is so fake. The Tiger King
Yeah,
is
I've
jumping
got
out of
some
this
of
thing.
those, but they're old, like from the '80s, so they were still metal.
I have a really weird mix of what I call the real ones and the fake ones, and you can always tell the old school bobbin.
Yeah, because they
Yeah.
have some like heft in your hand. They're not this like flimsy like I pretend to be a bobbin.
Well, maybe I will get dementia, so I'll be young. Haha, if it runs in the family. Oh gosh, you know what's really funny? My grandma got dementia, and my mom. I'll never forget. My mom looked at me and she was like, "This is our future if you live this long. So don't judge." But my grandma got dementia at 96 years old, so she had a good run.
I was gonna say that I would take that and then just put me out to pasture, please.
They were made of Pittsburgh steel, not Beijing steel. It's
100%.
Shanzhou, China. I can't say it, but there's a place where all of this stuff is made. It's right. I googled it. It's right on the ocean, and if you Google Earth it, like if you go on the Google Maps or whatever, if you go on the Earth view, it looks like that place in Star Wars where the entire planet is just cities. The entire planet is just buildings. That's what Shanzhou, China looks like. And it's a giant port on the ocean, and they make everything that goes in, everything. All right, back to the bobbins. I'm going to turn this off for a second because I'm going to wind some bobbins. All right. Back up a little bit. I am. Oh, my microphone fell. I have many microphones in here. This is one of my many wireless microphones in here. I have the tubes stuck in my head right now. But don't fall in love. She's one in a million. I was rocking out before the stream started.
No, I'm in my spooky season music, so if you're not like dark, industrial, goth from any time frame or old-fashioned vintage Halloween music from the 30s, my favorite. Hush, hush, hush. Here comes the boogeyman. And all the classics.
Look up
Oh
the
my God.
Kowloon walled city on YouTube. It's gone now, but when it was around, it was the most densely populated place on Earth. It was in Hong Kong. I watched this young lady who travels around China to all the lost villages. China is a very interesting place. People live in these huge communes. People live in wooden cities. Like it's literally a wooden city, and people there's generations of people that live in this just like this mile, an octagon a mile wide. It's crazy. That is the one thing. That is the one good thing about YouTube is that people share their culture. So you still see things
Whatever
that you.
culture YouTube deems appropriate that people can share.
I'm trying to. I agree with you. But I gotta find her name. She goes all around China, and she was like, well, she goes all around the world. She's one of those privileged humans. I like watching privileged humans that can do things. I look at them and I'm like, oh, I can tell you don't have kids. All right. Man, it is a disorganized mess in here today. Oh, whoops, wrong one. too many apps to check. My phone is sitting here just buzzing off, but I think it's because all the hockey games are ending at the same time.
Oh, I have to put a neckline and decide what the hem length on this schmuck is going to be. Hello, Sydney. Hello. Wow, that was some great use of my English.
Yay! Hello, Sydney. How are you? How are you? Good to see you. Awesome. Awesome. Yay. Hello. All right, let me get this. And yes, I have a Janome as a bobbin winder.
You're only good for that, kid.
It's a good backup, but I started off with a really fancy machine. And so if you don't go as fast as my Husqvarna Viking, I kind of consider you slow. Like even though my 1950 Singer sewing machines with the Kenmore motors, those things fly. But some of these machines are much slower. Yay,
I like it because then I felt marginally less.
Okay, let's see if I got that right. Perfect.
Oh, I had some help with this piece. The dimensions weren't quite right.
You totally reminded me of something right now. While I was cleaning yesterday, oh, let me make you big.
I don't even know which camera we're on. There we go. Is this paper ripped up with giant chew marks? Yes, absolutely. Little man was like, these aren't really your measurements. You should have some interesting cutouts. God. He is a Tearer. He's my terrorist, but they're in the ripping kind.
He's in the rebellious teenage or, early kid phase.
Something. The vet said that they thought he was a year old based on the size of his one testicle, but he's got such little kitten tendencies that I just don't know. But
Is that really how they judge cats?
that's how they judged him. I don't know.
I'm not a cat expert. I'm not an expert at all. But yesterday I was cleaning out everything and I found my old template for my giant vests I used to make. This is an old Amazon box. And I measured one of my old vests and this is how humongous they are. I look like I'm in one of those photos,
Looks like you're getting ready for a wrestling or football game.
But this is how giant my old writing vests were. This is the crud I found behind the thing when I unplugged everything yesterday. It took me 3 hours to figure out what the problem was. But it was fun because I got to rediscover all my junk.
True. Yes, that is important. You've got to catalog that shit. Or I'm trying not to swear word. I'm trying. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Got my foul mouth on.
I forgot about my laces. Let's see if my really long one's in here so I can add it. Is it? Is that it? Nope. I had one that was in a I said earlier I had this sweatshirt. Oh, these are brand new. I'm a mess. I am such a mess. I am such a hoarder. I have brand new shoelaces in here. Quite a few, actually. Cool. See, you rediscover things. Cool. I'm going to change out the laces on quite a few things this evening.
I'm going to continue to sew straight strips because, let's see here, we finished our French seams from our old-fashioned schmata. We put in the elastic from my 1980s prom dress, and now we're back to what will be my 17th century pair of quilted bodies
Awesome.
in this lovely snowflake flannel. Maybe show up cuter. I know they just kind of look like flowers, but they're actually snowflakes. But I guess it doesn't matter if you can't see it from that far away.
Sorry.
Oh, yes, all good.
Okay, so I can't believe I got to play with this thing again. Hey, and shout out to the person who sent this to me. Don't come by my house. I've been saying that for years.
I don't live here anymore.
I'll call the cops. And this even tells you how the bot. I think it's courteous. This machine tells you, do not be a knucklehead and put the bobbin in this way. Do not do it this way. I appreciate this machine. It takes all the guessing work out.
Yeah, see, I'm kind of over my smart machines. I like my dumb car. I prefer my sewing machines without a USB port. I just like them simple and dumb.
I have in my living room, the television talks to you. And in my son's room, his television talks to him. It tells him, like, you're on channel, blah, 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 blah. I said, do you want to turn this off? He's like, no. The one in the living room, it took me a day or two, but I figured out how to turn it off.
Yeah, I was going to say no thanks.
Gilroy knows me well.
Right, that makes good. I was going to say something. Never mind. I will keep that statement in my head, but
there's quite a few things lately that I've had
to get worked like a Kentucky Derby racehorse.
Oh man, I had to explain to my son about greyhounds yesterday. And then at the end of the conversation, he's like, I don't like people.
That also would have worked.
He's like, I don't like people. I lived by a greyhound. Well, back in the day, on the 10 freeway, when you would come into Phoenix, there was a giant greyhound stadium. I mean, a giant racing stadium. It was broadcast all over the world. I've been to Vegas and seen the stadium on the TV, but they took it down like 20 something years ago. But but I don't think it's legal in that state. I'm sure it's like legal in Florida and stuff like that. I was going to ask
everything's changing so much these days, and not what I feel like the better. Oh, now you can see my chemistry set print better.
I'm going to make you big for a second. So, because I vicariously lived my life through him until
and beakers and
those are awesome.
And ground glass. Did I sew this upside down? We're gonna forget. All right, the front from the back. One side I sewed right side up, and the other is upside down. Pay attention with directional fabrics, unless you're sewing underwear, in which case, when you don't care, it's okay because nobody's gonna see it. Oh, that's fun. Okay. I didn't even realize that until just now. I'm going to forget that I saw that. Okay, thanks.
That is my middle name, too, is Oops.
I did it again. Why is everybody hating on Brittany with her night dancing? Like, can the lady just, like, do an old-fashioned performance piece without bitches?
I'll tell you why. Because she looks sweaty and labored. She has a 1,000-yard stare, and it scares anyone who has never been on drugs before. So she scares people. Neither do I. But she's emancipated, like you said a while ago, and not everyone's freedom is cute.
Right, exactly. Right. I can be like.
I had this conversation with Waternay. I was like, should I block Britney Spears or is it me?
No,
'Cause-
I think she's doing great work. I'm all here for her shenanigans right now, and
Did you hear her
you know,
latest
I want to
shenanigans?
have a knife act now too. Can I juggle and throw knives? I'm
Oh,
here
that
for
was
it.
horrible. I saw the first one on Instagram and then I saw the whole backlash after that. Did you hear about her latest Britney Spears latest shenanigans? Even her dogs were like, "What's wrong with
What?
mom?" in those videos. She's crazy. I'm not trying to judge, but she so recently
No, she's a
um
13-year-old trapped in a 40-year-old's body.
no, for real. Recently,
I know.
Britney Spears was pulled over and she did not have a license or insurance. Where I live, it's you don't go to jail, they take your car.
Well, they're not going to
So
take Britney's car. But
so Brittany got the real life treatment because she didn't have a license. And the cop was like, "Oh, I bet the cop was like, come on, please have a license. Like I'm gonna be famous now because of you." That cop wanted her
and
to
then
have a
what's up with
license.
her dad, like being in rehab and not being in rehab?
This is what happens when you give people money like that. The whole Jed Clampett thing is real. Leave Brittany Carr alone. She got pulled over with no
Right?
license. She got pulled over with no license, and she got it's standard treatment. Where I live, in Southern California, it's not illegal. Well, basically, so many people did not have a license here that they had to make it a misdemeanor instead of like putting you in jail. So basically, they fine you.
Right,
They
because
take
it
your
would have
car.
been racist to not have a license because you're like, hey, I jumped the fence from Tijuana. I'm just here now. This is my auto.
Nobody has a license in
Sorry, I'm
California.
being feisty
When
today.
when I get pulled over,
OTT.
the cops are like, "Oh, thank you for having." They thank
Ooh,
me for
kill
having a
right. I'm
license.
here for you.
The cops literally thank me for having a license because the average person does not have a license here and they still drive. That's the problem. It's the uninsured. It's not even about illegals or anything, because if you're an illegal alien in Southern California, you can get a license and insurance. And so it's the uninsured. I recently got in a minor fender bender and the person took off because I guarantee you they didn't have insurance.
Right, and was this like never mind, the words are making
Now
me
I
feisty.
have
Kill right,
oops.
enjoy your bath.
Now I have Britney Spears just blasting through my head. Her Instagram scares me. I'm man enough to admit it. Like, I understand about emancipation. Not everyone's freedom is cute, but Britney, I'm going to go back to my embroidery machine. And I know she's a professional dancer, but she scares me. She scares me. And she just looks like a really loud neighbor.
Maybe, I don't know. I think I don't know. I've never met I'm a hole in the wall for her. I'm nobody, but I just want her to be living her best life finally. And I thought she got a new residency or something. She's got some new work, so it could be part of an act, and then you just get lost into the like. I I know, because I get the same way. Like when I'm doing certain tricks or like thinking really hard, my eyes get this like glazed, faraway stare because I'm like counting and thinking and are my steps right? Do I know where my hoop is? And you get this like odd look on your face when you're not thinking about like, is my face pretty also? And it's real. Where you're like, you look like a hot mess, like everything is great, and then your face is like, it just is weird because you're not thinking about, is it pretty?
And like I always say, like everybody's version of themselves is different, you know. It's
Yeah.
She's an oversharer. Let's just put it that way. As someone who is an oversharer,
Well,
she's an oversharer.
Well, I mean, and it goes back to she's been so regulated and tight-lipped, forcibly controlled. She hasn't learned like, oh, I don't need to share this much, or like she's overcompensating.
It's dangerous to do that when driving. She just, and you know what? It's the parent in me that wants to put a blanket and give everybody a hot cup of cocoa. Like, what's wrong? What's wrong? Here's a blanket. Here's some cocoa. My friend Linda has made 1 million blankets here.
I got a spare. Do you need a blankie?
I carry them with me now, and I give them to people in downtown, and no one has turned me down yet. No one has turned me down yet.
Well, it's getting towards winter season. Not that winter feels like it's coming, because it's like 60 one day, 80 the next. Like, the weather has no idea what it's doing here right now.
Today, we had a high of 91.
Holy moly!
Yeah, we haven't had a winter. People are freaking out because usually it's windy by now, but it was a desert dwelling. If you can hear my fan, it was hot.
Oh, you don't have to Santa,
every year when Professor Waternay gets here, she can explain it to us better, because I thought I knew, and then she explained it to me, and I'm like, I had no idea about the Santa Anas at all. I know about General Santa Ana. I know he's named after everything on this side. Like, from here to Mexico, he's named after everything.
I just know that I've got rosebuds that still haven't bloomed yet, and I hope to have roses into December this year again.
Yay!
And I might.
Oh, thank you, Pam. Thank you. Hello, Marty. Hello. I don't have my glasses on. Is that how you say your name? Yay! Hello.
I would go with maybe. Hey, and Water Knight, we summoned the demons. I mean, Water Knight. That came out wrong.
I've been talking about you all good. Do you know every time someone says it about me, I'm like, no, that's not all good. No, that's not true. But it's been all good because you are the resident PhD. What's that?
I was going to say, do you worry when a friend always, when they leave the room and the first words back, like 9 times out of 10 is, are you talking shit about me? Like, do you worry that, like, why do they have to worry that people are talking bad about them? Or that they need to be the center of attention?
I have weird rules. I would never hang out with. No, you are not a demon, Marty. No, not at all. It was good. I have a. I would never hang out with someone that made me feel like they were talking about me. You know, like I'm weird about that. Yay! Hello, everybody! Awesome! Yay! Waternay, when you're ready, we are here. We are here. You know what's really funny? I had the strangest dream last night. I dream in color, so sometimes I wake up and I'm like, okay, that was a dream. But I had a dream the cat walked in the house.
She might be coming one day soon.
And it was just one of those weird, like, I analyzed my dream. Okay, so the hoop's in. What patch? Oh, I'm so excited! Oh, I'm so excited. All right, let's try this again. Because Kilroy is right. I am going to work this thing.
Until it breezes, it's sitting in the sewing machine corner of like, I don't think I can sew another stitch.
The kitty likes you. Oh, thank you. I know that cat does love me now. It won't let anyone near it except for me. But I have a bad feeling. I hope she's not pregnant. And I'm a good cat dad. When I see there's an orange cat, he's got a chain and a Ferrari. I'm like, get out of here. Get out of here. He comes around. I'm like, thou shalt not be in my backyard. I've talked about you in a good way. I don't mind being talked about, only if it's kindly spoken. I agree. That is true. I do talk about people, but it's mainly positive. Are you using stabilizer, Godless Sewing? Not yet. but the stinky material is oddly thick. And so I'm just doubling it on itself so it's acting like a stabilizer. Because the one thing about this machine is that you can't use really thin material because it'll poke right through it. So you have to have something backing it up on here, which feeds into my obsession of lining everything. Because I line every I was thinking about that because I recently bought a new pattern and there's quite a few shirts I want to make that I'm not going to line because the material is really soft. It's really, really soft. I recently purchased what I call my cave painting material, but it's like it's blanket soft. Yay. Okay, so let's get this thing. Poor guy. I scared the poor UPS kid. I scared him so much. Have you ever found a machine that you couldn't make behave? Yes, I have a Belvedere on the other side by my old toolboxes. It's actually a really awesome story. For over 10 years, this Belvedere sat at a thrift shop for over $100. Just because it looked fancy, they thought it would sell, you know? And it sat there for 10 years. And I walked in one day. It was in Ventura because I've been going to Ventura all the time. And I walked in and it was for sale for $15 because somebody had finally Googled it. But I can't get it going. Is it impossible to turn off the cam in the other room? Is it possible to turn off the cam in the other room? Oh, you don't like I was going to go in the closet. When Waternay jumps in, I'll turn off the closet cam.
Don't you have a just on it? Don't show camera button on your streaming stuff?
Yeah, but it's a whole process. I gotta walk in there and turn off the computer and everything.
No, you should just be. Oh, okay, never mind.
Thanks. If Waternay comes in, I hope she does. I hope you had a decent day. Because I want to show off my embroidery machine.
Right.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so now we're going to choose a design. Oh, it's literally telling me what to do. It's like raise the presser foot, rookie.
I don't enjoy that with my e-lot that tries to give me so many directions of like, oh, you're unthreaded, oh, your bobbin's low, but I still unthread my bobbin like thanks. Thanks, just finish sewing, please.
I do find it strange when it
Hello, happy maker.
Hello, how are you? Great to see you. Great to see you. Hello, how are you? Yay. Yay. Hello, Carol, how are you today? Nearly there, not watching the chatter typing so I can get there faster.
That's alright, just finish your dinner, make sure there's no gazelles in the forest.
Okay. Ooh, it's not asking me for density on this one. And edit. Embroider. Okay. Yay. Hello. Awesome. Great to see you. I'm going to go in the other room really quickly. Yay.
Okay. Good. And I am just continuing to sew straight lines right now on this 2 layers of snowflake felt flannel the piece of random red felt in the middle. Is it perfect? No. Is it going to be super warm and toasty to wear? 100%. You are muted on that channel. God, this is in the closet, and he's not around. You're stuck with me, folks. Sorry. Welcome to the circus. Tonight we are sewing lots of straight lines. Super exciting. Oh, this is going to be so warm. I cannot wait to wear this. Because I'm going to do all the quilting. I'll probably do some horizontal lines, because if it was thoughtful, I would have done diamonds, but whatever. I'm going to cut out the pattern, decide how I'm going to put it to hold it together. Maybe I'll find some metal rings to sew for eyelets. I don't think I want to hand sew eyelets. Maybe we'll try grommets again and then hand sew around the grommets that are going to fall out. I have no idea yet. We'll get there. Oh, Pam, you are adorable. Thank you for your... Thank you.
Yay!
That's my show. I'm here every Sunday. Thank you, guys. It's been a hot minute since I've been around.
I'll be there. I will be there next Sunday. I've been doing too much adulting, but we hired somebody of much
It's all
more
good. It was good practice to practice being by myself, but I was going through my list of anything funny that I didn't go over. Did you see the footage of Bigfoot last week?
No, was there
Bigfoot in
actual
Colorado?
footage of Big? Whoa!
According to the people on the train, they said this was Bigfoot.
Really? You know, I am a really skeptical human, so I have to like. Bigfoot has to come to a press conference and say, "I am Bigfoot."
I know, because I was like, is this just a guy in a ghillie suit?
And you know what? I should make a ghillie suit.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure how I think about that one yet.
It was in Colorado, you said?
Yes, it was in Colorado. Like some people on a train were like, and I think we found Bigfoot. It's like, oh my goodness.
Okay, so as a human who's walked under a moose and lived to tell the story,
It was the funny news I had, except for
I've seen all kinds of crazy stuff in the woods. That's all I was gonna say. So maybe it was just a giant moose. Because as a West Coaster, the first time I saw a moose in Long Beach, Washington, I couldn't believe my eyes. I had never seen anything that large outside of a zoo, ever.
yeah.
So maybe it's a
God,
moose.
there's the place on the way to the Oregon coast. No, this was bipedal. I watched the clip on the Xers, Twitter's, formerly dead named as @Twitter. That's now X. I don't know how to call it.
I call it the artist formerly known as Twitter.
Right. The platform formerly known as Twitter.
But the thing is, I go off about this every week. When you go online, if you go to Google right now, it still says Twitter. It says, like, if you type in the word Twitter, it all pops up.
It still says Twitter and not. I know.
It's a mess. Because I Google everything, and, like, it's a mess. Oh, I'm loving this. Even on the stinky fabric, these patches are coming out great.
Almost as funny as. I didn't even talk about this yesterday. Did you hear about Mia Khalifa getting kicked off of Playboy and the P-Hubs?
Yes, I have. Yes,
we don't need to go any more than that.
So, did you hear about? Oh, go ahead.
was going to say, one of the platforms is not giving her the money that she owed. Like, being deplatformed is one thing, but not paying her for money she'd already earned, I think kind of crosses a line for me.
That's why you have to be careful in today's world of what you say. Like, people talk a lot of trash about me because I censor myself and I don't curse in online like I would in person. But you really have to watch what you say, you know?
It's, yeah, and her comments were not like the most awesome, but that I don't. It goes this whole overarching weaponization of speech and think, and this new social contagion of if you don't think the right way, you're infected. Makes me uncomfortable.
Oh, sorry. The problem is when you talk trash about your bosses, they have the right to fire you. You know what I'm saying? And so
Also true.
in any situation, if you put yourself in opposition of people who are in charge of you, they have the right to, stop the contract, so to speak. And that's the unfortunate thing about capitalism.
True. It is true. We've only got like 500 more straight lines to sew. But we'll get there.
Oh, you can't. So you can't hear it, Pam. I was
Oh,
really
I think it
wondering
was because
about.
the mute button.
Oh,
You were
I
also
do
on
have
mute
it.
for a little bit, so
Yeah, I had it muted for a while. I'm just amazed at the of how this is working.
right,
It's
you're like,
finally.
oh my gosh, we're sewing again.
This was a good machine. Like all sewing machines, it's the best machine ever until it doesn't work anymore. And yet the boss can ground your name into the mud. I agree with you. I totally agree with you, Marty. Like that's the unfortunate thing of capitalism, you know. Don't jinx it exactly, Pam. Like I'm not even looking at my machine. I'm not even looking at it because I'm gonna turn my back
You're still
completely to this.
stitching. And to pretend to get straight lines, I'm just using the bottom of the plate to line up, and I'm like, oh, this looks good. We'll try to go in this direction at this distance. Is it perfect? Absolutely not. But again, this is old-fashioned underwear, so if you're that close to sea, you better have bought me dinner or a cocktail, please, or both.
Oh, this thing is awesome. Awesome. This completely changed my evening, and now I'm making a giant medallion patch.
Yay! I came back. Your machine's working again. It's a good night.
I was so shocked when that UPS guy was at my front door. When that young man was at my door, I was like, "Oh, are you for real? Is this real life?" Hello, polished and assembled. How are you?
Hello. I'm showing you my lovely
Hey, that's a
domestic
sewing machine.
because
Ooh,
I
a
want
treadle
everyone
with a
to
fiddle
hear
base?
this amazing quiet treadle. So here we go. Oh, wait. Hold on. I'm trying to treadle with my wrong foot. There we go. Wait. There we go. It's so quiet. It's so smooth. I love it. All right, going in the other room.
Hello. Everybody loves it. Hello. Yay, that is beautiful. Fiddle bass too, right? That is
Yes,
beautiful.
fiddle bass. even without its decals. It's so pretty.
No, now you can just put whatever stickers you want and call it amazing.
This is true. I can go all out like Promethean sewing machine. No,
Exactly. Use some water slide decals and call it beautiful.
exactly. Although, honestly, I kind of liking the plain black.
There's nothing wrong with being simple and clean.
True, true. So, hello everyone. I've been lurking. I wasn't trying to ignore you. I just was trying not to divide my attention and take even longer. Thank you, Happy. It's stunning. It's a domestic, and I found the manual on ISMACS, and oh wow, I'm hoping that in my stash I have some of the attachments for it and everything. It's pretty amazing. Marty says, "Ooh, my mom had a treadle when I was a kid. I used to get under there and get it going and pretend a train was coming." Oh, that's wonderful. So
I used to do that. That's awesome. I used to do that.
pretend it was a train.
Absolutely. Absolutely. My grandma had one in her house. But as time went on, she turned it into a piece of furniture.
It can be a
Yay.
machine and furniture at the same time.
I am working my machine on overtime today.
Nice, nice. Why? How come you're not letting us see?
Oh, because I'm taking a smoke break. So
Oh.
my whatchamacallit, I was so shocked when the UPS guy was at my door. I was standing there like a creep and he jumped because I had the door open and he didn't see me. And I was like, thank you. I've been waiting for this for a while. Marty, that is so much fun. Man, I wish I had it now.
Oh, that's unfortunate you don't still have it.
My father had a Singer 404, and every Singer 404 I see, I buy. Every. I get it. I get it.
I went to when I was first reminding myself how to sew, I took some classes at my local SEWVAC, and one of the ones I went to was like basic machine maintenance. And so you could bring in your machine and they would tell you how to like clean it and oil it and all of that. And someone brought in the machine that we had when I was a kid, and it's like you recognize it immediately, even though like I couldn't have told you what it was. Well, as soon as I saw it, I'm like, oh, that's the machine. And then
Absolutely.
the flood of nostalgia. So who do we have here today? It's nice to see you, Phoenix. And I see you've got your hoop godless.
Finally. Finally. After all my whining, after my Karen crying, that was the worst conversation I've ever had in a text.
Oh no.
This
Hello,
thing's
Marty.
flying. It's flying. Oh, go ahead. I want to mute myself for a second.
Okay, you mute yourself. I'm going to say hi to everybody that I missed when I was getting myself together. Hello, Marty. Nice to see you. You were on once before. Or am I confusing things? Are you new today? If you are, hello.
I think they've been here before.
Yeah, I thought so. And Happy Maker. Hello, Happy. Joyful Joy. It is a beautiful machine. Thank you. I always feel like that lady from Romper Room when I go through and say hello to everybody. Who else do we have in here today? I'm scrolling. Oh, hello, Kilroy. How are you doing? Sydney. Skits. Hello. Hello, all the lurkers from around the world.
Like I always say, a lot of people, they may or may not speak English, and that's okay.
Well, I know a little bit of Spanish and a little bit of French, so I'll do what I can. I took some Latin in college, but
I have a weird demographic. A lot of people watch me in Mexico, which I thought was awesome, but a lot of people in India watch me, and a lot of people in Russia still are like 30 to 40% of the people who watch my channel are from Russia.
I only know how to say please and thank you in Russia, and I've heard that that's not really part of the culture there, so okay, I thought I had recognized your name.
Absolutely, Pam. Absolutely. And thank you so much to everybody who's joining me from Pam's channel.
Pam's great.
Yay, Kilroy, welcome back. Welcome back. I feel like I want to
Yay.
sing the welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. But I just watched way too much television as a child. Okay,
Now
so if I tell you that you're choppy, are you not going to jump out and then jump back in?
I am totally going to jump out and jump back in. I'm going to do that right now. I think I should
The
just
chop
my
just
MO.
happened.
I'll come in, I'll say hello to everybody, I'll see what's going on, and then I'll just automatically reload.
Thank you, Marty. Thank you. Waterday has problems with her internet sometimes, and turning it off and turning it back on really works. See?
Presto.
There we go.
Thank you so much.
Terry, that was the fastest bath ever. Did you just like literally look at the bath? Because I'd be there for an hour.
You know, it's really funny. Like, I get a little bit too comfortable in the bath, like almost fall asleep status. So, like, I need a spotter when I'm in the bath because I get too comfortable.
Yeah, I'm like, the bath is at least an hour affair.
I take a book. I have to top up the hot water.
I have this weird thing. I found a bunch of Epsom salt recently, and I took a bath. I felt like I rejuvenated my body.
Oh, nice. That's good to do when you're sick.
I haven't been feeling well.
It's good for my spirit.
For the past 2 weeks, I haven't been feeling well, so I'm doing the poor man's cure. I'm drinking a gang of chicken stock. I'm eating oranges like they're going out of style.
All right.
When I was a kid, I've never kept this a secret. When I was a kid, I got mononucleosis. And so I got this weird taste for chicken broth and beef stock.
Okay.
And I still drink it. I don't know what's wrong with me. It's just one of those weird quirks.
It's good for you.
So I drink it out of a mug.
That's great to have an honorary sister.
Yay, I love that. That's awesome. This is almost done, this patch. This is like one of the most intricate patches I've ever done on this machine.
I'm looking forward to seeing this.
I'm going to wear it. And it's, you missed, I'm using the stinky fabric.
I heard. I didn't even know what to say. What on earth? How could you?
And for everyone who's recently joined, it still smells like hot gasoline.
Oh, see, that's just an offense.
And it blends in the room. Oh, go ahead. I'm gonna mute myself. This thing's blaring in my ear.
I was gonna say, okay, Killer Ray, it takes half an hour for the tub to fill, soak for half an hour to 45 minutes, fill it while I'm in there, and then top it off when it's full. That does sound good. I'm like a 60 to 90 minute. I miss having like a sauna or a hot tub because I love me the hot, sweaty spaces.
Oh, we're having drama.
Next.
Oh, check the upper.
Oh, the machine stopped. What happened?
It got overwhelmed. It's okay. It's almost.
Oh.
Something happened with the bobbin. Oh,
Did
bro.
the bobbin run out?
I'm still gonna wear this patch. Oh, that's okay. Oh, I did ask a lot of it, and this thing hasn't been worked in like a year or two.
Right, did you
Oh,
oil or lube her up face?
oh no, it's pirate sewing here. We got this far.
All right.
Ooh, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's not the worst fruit practice.
It
Yeah.
bonked.
Let's
It bonked
see.
right before it stopped. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say Pam says it still looks good. Let's see here. Oh, Marty says Pam is the baby sister of the heart. Oh, that's super sweet. It's because he couldn't find his embroidery stabilizer. Possibly, but he did double the fabric, so that kind of helps to stabilize it. Kilroy, I could never take a book in the bath. I'm too paranoid, I'll drop it, especially with library books. Fair. And as someone who's like, I read my Kindle on my phone in the bathtub, I have put phones into the bathtub before, and one of them didn't make it. Loki, do not eat little shit's tail. That's my house right now. Let's see here. Joy says it looks good. Happy also says looks good. Mark, yes, everybody says everything looks great, and yes, my camera's still working. It's just called cat butt.
I got a bunch of thread stuck in here, so I gotta pick it out. But I have every tweezer known to the planet in this room. But now I remember why I quit using
Right,
this
and then the
machine.
screwdriver to take it apart.
Now I'm remembering why I walked away from this machine, because when it does bunch up, it bunches up.
Mm.
And Kilroy was right. I am going to use
That's
this
the same
thing.
thing with money.
Go ahead.
So the folks with the straight embroidery machines, do you individuals have the same problem of it getting like backed up and chunky and gross after a while, or is it just the combo machines? Because
It's this. This is solo embroidery. Did I just say solo? This is only embroidery.
Oh, yours is just
And it's bunching.
okay. So
It happens all the time. All the time.
Do you think that because the embroidery machine does so much stitching that you have to do like extra maintenance on it?
Yes. Yes. Almost every time I use it, I'd have to take it apart.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I was just throwing myself
Yes,
at this
I'd
machine.
like to beat my machines.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it does happen. It's this was actually a common problem with this machine. But like I said, I got this for free. I'm gonna work with this thing till it explodes. Show us your bum, kitty. Sometimes that happens.
Just give him a minute. I had to get rid of the snack sack because I have a Band-Aid because there was therapeutic bloodletting happening, and I can't bleed on my not red fabric.
You know what's really funny, Marty? I call it defluffing, and I have a video about defluffing because there is an art form to cleaning your sewing machine.
There is.
Oh, okay. All right. One more run with the stinky fabric, huh? One more.
See, even the machine can't stand the smell.
It's the weirdest. I think it's because I grew up in a shop working around like tractors and stuff. The smell of gasoline or oil and stuff doesn't bother me because I've always worked in shops.
It's
motorcycles smell like motor oil.
Like manure, perfume, cow pasture perfume.
Oh, I think I had the bobbin in wrong too.
Oh.
That will fluff up your machine. I think I've done that same thing on my modern machines. My vintage machines, I don't put the bobbins in upside down. My early odds Kenmore, I don't think I can count on all my fingers the number of times I put the bobbin in the wrong way, and they have to like peel out the threads. Like,
oh no!
I just can't believe
it's good times.
This thing is back. We're Rochambeauing with each other again. I can't believe this thing. I didn't think I would ever use this again. I never thought I'd use this thing again, honestly.
Yes, Kilroy, that machine is getting the sewing machine equivalent of Gitmo happening. That machine's being waterboarded till 2 ways till Tuesday.
Yeah, I use
stitch boarding. Let's go with stitch boarding because we're sewing and not actually waterboarding.
Depends on what year you were in the fleet. If you were in the fleet in the 1600s, it was a harsh time. If you were on the Enterprise in the year
That's
25 something, you're okay.
Right, because then you could have been exposed to salty, sea brackety air and harsh storms. So there could be waterboarded sewing machines out there.
That poor machine. It did its best. The bobbin was upside down. It tried to tell you, but you didn't want to listen. Now it's getting blamed. Isn't that the way of the life of a sailor?
One more round with the stinky fabric too.
Deal with the drunken sailor.
We're gonna have to make another kiss your cook patch. I am Kilroy. My hubby's a mechanic. He always smells like gas, diesel grease. Exactly. I'm just used to it.
Kilroy.
I know that's
why the machine isn't working right. It has scurvy.
Oh yes, I. The machine. It must be the scurvy.
Absolutely. Need to back up off the meat and potatoes. Do you know what scurvy? Scurvy is real. Scurvy is real. I used to be in the welders union. I knew 2 people that got gout because all they did was eat steaks and Jack Daniels.
Ooh.
They were crazy, both of them. That welder stereotype is kind of real, at least on the West Coast.
Oh yes, Joy reminds you to turn it off and turn it back on again.
That is real though. I'm going to, because I'm going to completely change the design and everything. Oh, I'm so excited to have a working hoop. I am so excited.
Woohoo!
I was gonna, I had all kinds of plans. But the lighting, let's be real, the lighting in my closet is horrible, and that's my happy place. I go in there and read. I go in there. It's so insulated because all the clothes, I can't hear anything.
And you don't need to worry about dropping your book in water.
Yeah. That's true. I'm
so much nicer. I don't want to be stuck in the closet.
I'm a geek. I'm either watching sci-fi or hockey when I'm in the tub. And I forgot to cry about that. I even put it in my notes. Hockey is so privatized that you have to buy a package like ESPN or something, or you're going to miss most of the NHL season. Do you have dryer sheets? Yes, I have a ton of dryer sheets. Ooh, I didn't know that. I'm addicted to the smell of my dryer sheets too. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
You could use one that's gone through the wash already. That would be like 1, a second life, and then 2, it wouldn't get residue on your fabric.
That's not thinking about a magnetic hoop. Come on, we all know that's your panic room. I wish this room was encased in 5 feet of steel. I wish.
I just want to know where the swing is hung up.
I had to take it down. I actually had an adult swing in my room. I had to take it down because my son was getting older and I had to grow up. I'm serious. That's why I don't show my room.
Dad, what's
I listen to podcasts in the tub with my waterproof floating. Oh, that's cool.
Oh.
Waterproof floating speaker. That's cool.
You could creep yourself out and light some candles and listen to the Regarding Dracula podcast.
So I know someone that went to Hawaii and they had all these underwater shots and all these cool things. And I was like, how did you do that with your phone? They literally bought a clear case that just encapsulated their phone,
Mm-hmm.
and they just chucked it in the ocean, and we're like grabbing it. It was crazy. It was crazy. I did not know that. I'm gonna use dryer sheets as it helps cut down on the static too. I'm gonna I'm gonna use dryer sheets and stabilizer. I have a ton. I have it's one of those things when I go to Walmart, I'm like, oh, do I have dry sheets? I should buy 150 more for no reason.
See, you thought downtown the streets were flooded with Fabuloso, but it was just you.
That is so real. No, that is so real. And once I tell you, you will never be able to unsmell it. When you are walking downtown, the streets are flowing with Fabuloso. They scrub, because they're like downtown is sanitary, but they're literally scrubbing the streets with Fabuloso. You smell it everywhere. Ever since Kilroy said that, every time I smell Fabuloso on the streets, it makes me think of Kilroy because the streets are running with Fabuloso in downtown. I use dryer sheets to clean the lint trap when sticks right to them. I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid. Now I have that song stuck in my head.
So, Kilroy, what kind of speaker do you have, and do you like it? I have I wanted to get a Ultimate Ears Wonder Boom, and I got one, but it wasn't working, and I haven't gotten a new one yet. I've been using an old Beats pill that I got secondhand. I don't know if that one's waterproof or not, though.
You have a real Beats product?
I got it secondhand at Goodwill.
I have I buy my speakers from Big Lots because I break them at my job. I had these they called them my Feets. They were my fake Beats. I loved those things. I loved my Feets, but they broke because they were $10 from Big Lots. I'm hardcore with speakers. We're actually down. I have to actually buy a new pair.
Phoenix is showing us the narrow hammer foot.
Oh, let me make you big real quick. Hold on. I'm sloppy. I'm so sloppy.
I was just joking because we're talking about feet. Actually, this is my zipper foot, but that was good job. Like, but that one's right here. We do have one of my favorite feet.
Okay.
The narrow hammer foot.
Wrong.
10, especially this one that has the wide neck at the top here, because it's easier with this foot. You can attach a trim, a lace ribbon, and do your narrow rolled hem all in one step. Practice required.
Oh gosh, I know that story with most feet. I need to get more fake headphones. I'm weird because I grew up like on Malto Meal and stuff and house brands. I don't judge. There's certain things like I've learned to not buy certain electronics in downtown LA because they'll have a speaker that looks really cool, but it's not as loud as like a JBL or like or something that's actual Beats that'll blow your eardrums off, But they look great. You know what's really funny? I almost fell in that trap this weekend because I was wandering around downtown and I told myself, like, all right, you got your fabric, you got your gold, go home. And then I made a left and I wandered through the electronics section and I'm like, you don't need any of this stuff, dude.
You have 6 of them that are better at home.
Well, I want to get one of the emulators from back in the day are being aged out. They have old school emulators that have all the old arcade games on them, like 1942, or you're a plane, or like I can't say it, Galactica, the game where you're a spaceship and you're shooting the aliens. It's the old arcade game. They're slowly not selling them, so I'm looking for a good emulator, because I want to play the old games. Because now they have these like really hardcore bootleg things. It looks like a real arcade joystick, but it has 700 games in it.
Mm.
So I have to stay away from
Wow.
those things. Growing up on generics and store brands, I still buy them for a lot of stuff. Same. My
You
son
kind
and
of
I get. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, please.
you have to figure out like which ones are good, which ones are made by the same people, which ones you like the taste of better. Because some of them are pretty terrible, but not all of them, and you can find some really good ones and good deals if you experiment.
I've
So
also found that it depends on the staff and the quality of care that they put into the product. So each store varies, because there. I know some people are going to laugh at this, but there's 4 Walmarts in my town, and every single Walmart, the quality varies. Like every single Walmart, like I live on the rich side of town, and my Walmart is called the ghetto Walmart because there's always drama there. But it's right by a freeway, and so it invites people. But it makes me laugh.
So, Phoenix, what are you making today?
I grew up on
sure if you heard me.
I grew up on original Atari and Mario Brothers. My first video game was a hand-me-down ColecoVision from my brother, and then I got his Atari, and then I got a Nintendo because I was the youngest, so I got all the hand-me-downs.
My first video game, my stepdad bought the original, what is it, Atari that had like Pong and stuff on it.
Oh yeah, I remember all of that. Okay, so let's make sure there's not too much fabric flopping in there. Make sure that's good. Do you want to, would you like to feel this? I thought everything was by a freeway in California.
Well, a lot of it is, but let me tell you, when it's not, it takes a long time to get there.
Like if I was to drive to like San Bernardino, it would take me a couple hours to get there, and it seems so close. When I was a kid, I used to always see a commercial for this place called Raging Waters. And it would always say, "We're the 210 and the 10 meet." Man, one day I got a map, and I realized that was literally 3 hours away from my house. Still to this day, I've only been to Raging Waters once in my lifetime. Still to this day, I've only been there once. That commercial every year. And then I went there and I was like, I am never going there again. It took a whole day to get there and a whole day to get back. Just to stand in the middle of the desert. Oh.
It used to be that the Renaissance Fair for a few years was out in, I can't even remember what it's called, but it was past Raging Waters. And then you had to go like up this long side road to get out into the coulees for the Renaissance Fair. It's like, ooh, this is a trek.
Same with, I have, Phoenix, can you hear us? Everyone's curious on what you're making.
I wanted to know what you're making.
I am working on a pair. In the end, it's going to be a pair of quilted bodies. So a corset structured undergarment. And it's getting towards winter time, and I want something warm and quilted, and I'm not good at quilting. And I have, let's see here. Do I have my short stays? I have a pair of stays that are come to just under the rib cage. So I cut this fabric a little bit bigger so that I could trace the top half of stuff I know that fits, and then just have a little flare to cover the hips and the
Okay.
poof. And I'm just going to do probably a side, front, and a back. And instead of like doing it lots of little pieces like my not tabs, just like big chunks, because I don't want air moving through. I just want warm, supportive undergarments, because as much as I love to sew day clothes that you can't see because I'm in the way. Oh, Sally. There you go. There's more corsets and undergarments. I do sew real clothes, day wear, but I have a penchant for sewing old-fashioned underwear. Is really what I love to sew. I can't help it.
I will never. The guy with 70 coats can never judge you. I have enough coats for 2 armies. Like, you make what you make.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. You're hooked on outerwear, like not even day wear. You're like, just give me the jacket and the coveralls. I'm like, give me all the stuff that you wear underneath all that stuff, and forget all that floofy outerwear stuff. Like, I just want pretty underwear. You're just like, give me all the flashy outerwear.
It's really funny. I live in the desert and I'm addicted to layering. I live in a hot place and I have clothes
Right,
from
you're like,
someone
give me
who
a winter cloak any day. And it's like the 2 days of the year that you can actually wear the 70 that you have. You should just go, oh my God, the next cold day, I challenge you, every hour, I want to see a video. I want to see a video with every hour for a 48-hour time period when it's cold with a different piece of outerwear from your collection. I challenge thee with my sewing strips.
I could do it with pants too, because I have this weird collection of snowboard pants and I live in the desert. Well, the high desert. I live in the beginning of the outskirts of the desert.
Yes, yes. Like, I too live in the subalpine region where some days, there's years where for 2 weeks we have 4 inches of snow and the city entirely shuts down. And then there's years where it just dusts from 8 o'clock until noon and then melts, and it's the perfect winter day of like, I had some snow and now it's 50 degrees.
Just go shopping. AC feels so cold after being in the heat.
It's too cold. Why do they do that? Why do they put it on like 42 degrees when everyone is dressed in tank tops and shorts?
When I lived in Mesa, Arizona,
I do not need to wear my winter coat on the inside because I'm cold.
You'd be surprised in a place like Arizona. You probably wouldn't be. The malls, they are like, you need a parka to be in the malls in Arizona. They are so freezing. I get sick easily because I have a compromised immune system, and so I cannot necessarily go from hot to cold, and you'll catch a cold doing that. Because it'll literally be 117 outside, literally, and you'll go into a mall where it's 58 degrees, and you're like, did I just catch a chill? Like, it's freezing in here.
Can we just like make everything like 65 degrees and just keep it at some like middle place?
I was stuck behind somebody from Tennessee tonight. It was just raining and they were doing 40 and a 55. Okay. So that kind of makes me feel better, and that people drive like crap everywhere. That makes me feel better because I take it personal. I need to hear that people are bad drivers everywhere. Because I'm from LA and I'm like, go back to wherever you came from. They could literally be from the valley,
No,
when the sun goes down,
with your inability to drive in the snow, like just stay off the streets where I live. Just go back over the border. I know you can't drive in the snow. We don't have de-icing salts. It's this crappy rock pumice that does nothing for traction, and people do not know how to drive. I stay off the road in my 4-wheel drive because I'm scared of others, and I've
that's the kicker.
Snow driving.
That's the kicker here is that like I'm like a native, and most people from here that live here aren't from here necessarily. And so in my skewed view, I think all the bad drivers are the people who come from cold weather cities and forget what it is to drive. Because every time it rains, that's my crackpot. That's my crackpot theory. When the sun goes down out there, the temp drops all the way to 70. It feels cold out there. It does. I'm in Michigan. 70s is a heat wave here.
Mm.
Do you know when I lived in Portland, it was embarrassing because it would be 60 degrees outside. People would be wearing shorts and short sleeves. I'm fully covered with a scarf. I'm like, guys, it's 60 degrees. Desert dweller, I'm telling you. I didn't even, but when I moved back from the north, it took me about a year to get used to the weather out here.
Mhm.
It took me a
But-
long time.
That's what people forget, though, that the human body acclimates. And so, if you're in California for a while, it feels cold. People are like, that's not cold. And I'm like, just you wait. Give it a couple years. You'll think it's cold. Ooh. Oh, I never
Oh, you
saw the
haven't seen
completed
mine.
version of that. Wow. Look at you all
Ooh.
ruffled.
They're still a little bit too long. I need to do like a little tuck or something. I keep trying different things. But yeah, we have details and more details and
Oh,
a
that's
matching
fantastic.
full double matching double ruffled circle skirt that I'm looking at. So we are like the orange pumpkin cupcake in this outfit.
Very nice. Very nice. You look very lounging 18th century lady.
It looks awesome. Absolutely awesome. You're getting nothing but praise. Yay.
All the ruffles and
That's fabulous.
My son lived in Vegas for 14 years. I went out there one time in June and it was 115. I love summer, but I'm not
yes,
fond of
they're
hell.
rough and fancy.
You're kind of roboting, Phoenix.
Yeah, you're frozen.
All right, am I involved? I'm stopped at 2:10. What just happened? Are we still live?
I mean, at least it didn't catch you making some weird face or something.
Because that never happens around here.
Oh, no. Oh. Okay. Now we're caught up. I was like lost in La La Land for a second there. What fabric is that? This is a polyester orange moire. It's got the, is it going to show up? It's got that like watered silk
Looks
print
like wood grain
or-
fabric.
dye into it, but it's completely polyester synthetic. It like is super hot. It's looks nice, is not nice fabric. My human
So-
keeps saying I'd like to dress myself in upholstery fabric, and that may or may not be true.
Do you ever regret
Yes.
like making
If
something
you know,
so
you know. You're
fabulous
like,
and then not
it looks
being
nice.
comfortable?
I can't get the more it's not showing up nice right now, but
We can
it
see
looks
it in
beautiful.
your smaller
Does
one.
not have a nice feel to it. It's not the worst, but it's just warm.
So do you ever regret like putting all that work in and then having something that's not comfortable to wear?
It's not comfortable. I mean, if you overheat easily, it's very warm because of the this fabric does not breathe. It's soft, so it's not the most terrible underhand. It's just not like my mohair sweater either.
So, I actually suffer for fashion. I'll wear something woolly and itchy if it looks good. I'm not, I have feet issues, so you'll never catch me in high heels or anything like that. I have ankle issues. My body was not made for that. So, but I'll suffer for fashion. I always jokingly say, um, function over fashion, but I'm the exact opposite. I'm fashion over function. If it looks good, I'll wear it, even if it's uncomfortable.
There are certain, excuse me, there are certain amounts of discomfort in certain settings, but I find that synthetic fabrics and like synthetic leathers, they pass my comfort level. I can't do it.
Can you wear 100% polyester?
Oh no.
I have my Star Trek uniform. When I sweat, you can't even see it in the uniform. It just literally beads down the uniform into whatever I'm wearing. It's
Oh my goodness.
100% polyester.
Ooh. You just I just end up being so uncomfortable.
I've worn that uniform one time. I went to a con, as the cool kids say. I wore that thing for almost 7 or 8 hours.
Oh my.
And when I got back to my room, I took it off and everything was just dripping wet underneath. Polyester does not breathe. But I'll wear it. I'm losing weight and doing push-ups right now so I can get my Captain Kirk uniform again. It's art. It's all about the process. Absolutely. Please don't joke while I'm watching and can't reach through there. You have people concerned.
Right. Thank you. It was just a little bit of a frog in my throat. But if you see me like pass out, please do call the police or, emergency services.
Oh, no, I know. Oh, Phoenix dropped down.
Oh.
I know what area you live in. I'll call 911 so fast. This machine changed everything this evening. This machine, like, I had a whole other thing planned about going in the closet and everything, but this changed everything.
I'm so pleased for you. Oh, show us your patch. Show us a close-up.
Oh, where did it go? This was just a test one, but I'd wear that one too.
Nice.
But it works again, and it smells like hot gasoline. I'm going to put a border on that in a second, but I'm going to give this guy a break because I think I'm going to have to, do some basic maintenance on this, defluff it, all that other good stuff. Phoenix, if you're listening, you can hop back in.
Maybe Phoenix is sorting out connectivity issues.
I think it was StreamYards.
Or maybe letting her equipment cool off. Wasn't she having trouble before with her camera overheating?
Yeah, she was roboting.
Kilroy says, I hope that fabric isn't like the stinky car from Seinfeld and the hoop isn't stinky now. It's really funny. I haven't been feeling well, and like my nose was stuffed. I can still smell the stinky fabric. Oh dear. Well, that's another way to keep the riffraff from pestering you.
It's the strangest thing. It smells like burnt tires and gasoline for some reason. Maybe that's what it's made out of. Petroleum is used for everything, All right. And it does have that base. It has that weird petroleum smell. Like I get these sponges that smell like petroleum. Like Vaseline. Vaseline is petroleum. It smells like Vaseline.
And that doesn't give you a headache after a while?
No, but again, I grew up in that environment, so it's not something that I necessarily like. I don't know. Because I grew up around an engineer, I don't jump at stinky smells. My grandfather used to always say, the stinkier the adhesive, the better it works. He'd be like, "Oh my gosh, that stinks." He'd be like, "Come here, son. Let me tell you. The worse it smells, the better it works."
I used some penetrating oil on the all the linkages and the bolts and everything on the treadle machine, and it got on my favorite drop cloth. And I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna wash this, and then I'll reuse the rags and stuff. It smelled so bad. I washed it, and then I washed it again. I must have washed the stuff like 4 times. The last time I used 2 soap tablets and then a whole bunch of liquid soap in the machine, and it finally got the stuff out. I used so much soap, I'm surprised that I didn't have a flood in the laundry room. A bubble party.
Absolutely. Oh, and I found. Yeah, you saw this. I found my bag of endless shoelaces.
Oh no, I don't think I saw that.
I have this upset OCD habit about wearing fat laces in my shoes.
You're just harkening back to
I
when that was a thing.
I love fat laces, and because they're slowly being phased out, I buy them. They're at the 99-cent store. There's this place I go to. That's the reason I'm covering my face. It's that place has become Walmart because they sell real authentic stuff, but for a good price. Like Isaiah wanted Dickie pants, so I took them there because I know they're real and they're durable and they'll last forever.
Mhm.
But I'm paying at least $5 or $6 more than I would at Walmart.
Mm.
But Walmart doesn't carry those kind of Dickies anymore.
Mm.
Fat laces hold the not better. Absolutely. I like the look. It's just a huge bow. I'm dramatic. I love the huge bow on my feet.
I have some shoes that have ribbon laces.
Those are cool too.
I like those.
When Isaiah was when he was a little guy, he had those no tie laces. They were just super scrunchy, and you'd pull them and they'd keep scrunching and scrunching and scrunching. Those were cool too. I thought those were like from the future. I'm so easily entertained. When I first saw those things, I was like, wow, these are cool. Do they have them in an adult size? And they sure do.
Yeah, I have a pair of the Bernadettes from American Duchess, and those come with little ribbon laces. They come with I got the black and blue ones, and they come with blue laces and black laces and ribbon.
Oh, that's funny.
They're not from the future, but delightfully from the past.
Now I just have back in the day when I was a kid. I'm not a kid anymore. Sometimes now I have that song stuck in my head.
That sounded vaguely familiar, but I couldn't tell you what song that is.
It's from an artist called Ahmed. It was his one hit. And if you ever are listening to this, Ahmed, I'm sorry if you get your feelings hurt from me calling you one hit wonder, but you sold 1 million records on that one song. It's a banger. It's played on the old school hip hop station. But the reason I know this is because I'm of that age where I went to the record store and bought the single. So I'm of that age where I was one of the reasons that he hit the charts. Oh man, there's so much to do. So much to do. But now I have to clean up the mess I just made. I pulled out my Bel Air, but best laid plans. I'm going to make a sewing machine of the week tomorrow. It's just, I had a lot of drama going on.
I understand.
I'm going to put, awesome, Pam. Awesome. I absolutely love what you're doing with those. You're actually inspiring me to do something with all the old towels I have.
Kilroy says that my drop cloth is christened. It was kind of already christened. It was an old shower curtain I have that was a large octopus in a bunch of waves and a mermaid and a ship and stuff. That's my favorite drop cloth, so I'm glad that I still get to keep it.
That's awesome. I keep all my old shower curtains. It's an old painter's habit. When I painted, I keep all my old, but I have super thick clear ones, and I'm like, oh, that's good to just make a mess on. So I save those.
Mm-hmm.
I used to have a bunch of really cool ideas. Like I had an old bin where I cut the front of it off so I could work on sewing machines here. And I could put as much oil or anything because it was in a half of a tub, you know. But it got so oily and ratty, I had to throw it away.
I got some silicone dog mats.
Ooh.
And they're big. I mean, well, they're big, but yeah, and it came like in a 2-pack with one sort of medium size and one really large one.
I really like that. Oh, excuse me. I haven't been sleeping lately, so I am yawny McYawn yawn.
Understand.
Man, I don't even know where to. Now that this thing has relevance again, I don't even know where to put it. It used to live there, but there's a tablet and all my boosters because I have terrible internet here. So I have an Arrow system and an Amazon booster.
Oh my goodness.
So when my signal jumps, I'm like Spectrum. Instead of con, it's Spectrum.
So I think I'm behind in my. Somehow YouTube did not tell me about this towel video that you have, Pam. What are you doing with towels and snaps? Is that to hang them in your kitchen, or is this something else that I don't know about?
You should check it out. It's a good idea.
Okay.
Sometimes I feel like I live in a hotel, but then I realize that like I'm the one that's wearing all the clothes. Somebody pointed out yesterday that I wear a few layers.
Mm-hmm.
And that does add to the laundry around here.
One of the best things I did, oh my goodness, when I was on vacation, I was gone long enough that I would, was going to need to, I didn't want to take, my whole closet. But also, I didn't want to spend my time on vacation doing laundry. And so I found a place. I asked the host, I'm like, well, we call it a fluff and fold. I don't know what you call it here, but surface wash is what they call it. And it was the best 10 pounds I spent. I dropped my laundry off. They washed it. I picked it up. It was folded. It was hung up. It was amazing.
Oh, excuse me. Oh, really quickly. Thank you so much, Marty, for coming by. I'll be back on Wednesday. I'm going to be making one of my new now famous hoodies with no hoodie with a giant pocket, and I'm going to be finishing quite a few other projects. Thank you for stopping by, Marty. You need to go full Iron Sheik on Spectrum. I do, because when I turned on the computer in the middle bedroom, the signal was so weak it took 3 minutes for it to even get into StreamYards. It is sitting between that room has no Wi-Fi, but there's a booster in every room on this side of the house, so there's no reason it shouldn't have a signal in that room.
Oh,
that room should be
beaming.
That room should be beaming with Wi-Fi.
Oh.
So yeah, I have to have words with them. Hang them in the kitchen usually.
Okay. I will definitely watch that tonight.
Thank you so much for stopping by, Marty. Yay. I need that too, because like I need to do that for all my kitchen towels, because sometimes when we're doing laundry, a kitchen towel will slip in with the washcloth. And then I'm in the shower and I can smell the cooking oil on my kitchen towel. Plus, I know this is going to sound weird, but my kitchen towels are ridged and my washcloths are not. So that's how I keep keep them separated.
Oh, okay.
And you don't want to wash your face. I have a hardcore skin routine because I had acne as a child. So you don't want to wash your face with the same cloth that you wash the grease up off. I'm a fryer. I know this is going to shock some people. I fry everything. I cook with oil. I'm an unhealthy American. Yay, have a great night. I made some hanging towels last year for Christmas. Was a big hit. So making some more for this year.
All right.
Do you know, it's really funny to say that. I'm going to have to make Jankos again for the third time and actually make a pair that I could wear. But my People are still searching how to make Jankos on my channel every month.
Wow, that's great.
So I need to make a third video. And of course, the elusive, for some reason, the Singer M100 is one of the most popular sewing machines. I'm sorry. The Singer M1000 is one of the most popular sewing machines I've ever come across in my life. Have you ever seen an M1000?
It's not bringing up a mental picture.
Oh, this thing's dusty. It's a mini sewing machine.
Oh,
People love these things. They can't get
yeah.
enough. Every month on my channel, people are I have multiple, and my most viewed video has 8,000 views, and it's how to thread this. And I wish I did a way better job on that video. I was a rookie. It was a couple years ago, but my most watched video is over this guy. No, I'm sorry. It's over my Tiny Taylor. This is a M1000.
You could do a few different videos on, like how to wind a bobbin, how to put the bobbin in. Because if it's in like a new machine and it's affordable and a lot of people are buying it, but then they don't know what to do with it, you could be the M1000 resource.
8,000. I think that's my most viewed video. We know you buy lard by the bucket. I do in English and in Spanish. Manteca is not just a town in California.
Thank you for the link, Pam.
Absolutely. But for some reason, people love mini sewing machines. And I even said in a really honest video, like, it's more of a value to go to the Goodwill and buy an old used sewing machine than to buy a mini.
True.
But I if you're watching that video, you don't care because you've already purchased the mini.
Or maybe people want an honest review, so you can say, I have one, this is what I think of it, I think this is better value, but if you're going to get this one, this is how you use it. Sometimes people like a honest opinion on stuff.
I almost bought one of those weird hand stitchers at Walmart, but I was like, William, you're just bored. Keep walking. This was yesterday. Was it yesterday? It was either yesterday or something. I was perusing because I always say, oh, I don't peruse. I peruse. I was perusing the aisles in Walmart and I was like, do I need this? No, I don't. But because I collect sewing machines, I always justify it by saying, oh, because I collect sewing machines, I can own all these odd things. I've watched videos of people that are like, do not waste your money. Do not, please, whatever you do not buy this. And I'm like in the aisle, like, I got $20 to waste because it was only like $24, You filthy peruser. I like to peruse. I'm a peruser. Which So if my local Joann's does go out of business, there's a YouTuber I watch. I can't remember her name, but it's something in Brooklyn. She goes around the world too. She has a passport because she, like, one day she's in Brooklyn and the next day she's like thrifting in London. And I was like, oh, you're out of my league. And I'm sitting there like with face cream on, eating ice cream out of depression, watching her video. Like, I want to go to London.
You could totally go to London.
I could. Actually, I really could. But see, where we live, though, I'd have to fly to New York and then,
You can get a direct flight. It's long, but you can get a direct flight.
It just made me laugh. But she thrifts all around the world. She's out of my league. And she, like, one day she's like, I'm thrifting in Omaha. And I'm like, who goes to Nebraska for sewing machines? I would. But, now I have to look up her channel. He needs smoke breaks. I do. That's why some of my projects take so long.
You're wearing
So
your glasses, but you're not wearing your right glasses.
you really want to do this? Okay, let's do
I'm
this.
trying to help.
Let's do this.
You
No, I
said
need to
you
clean up in here
said
anyway.
if I recommended if you wear them all the time, you'd get used to them, and then they'd be more comfortable. You talked about how much you enjoyed being able to see.
I'm at a weird impasse where I now need to wear my glasses all the time.
Mm. No need to hiss about it, godless. Glasses.
His boo boo. Oh, hi everybody. It's like HD. I'm not even kidding. It's like whoa. Whoa, I can actually see. This is what I'm supposed to look like, but out of pure vanity, I do not wear my glasses.
This
Now I
is
have
where
to
we
sit
tell
back
you
here.
again that you look very handsome in your glasses and you don't need to be afraid of wearing them.
I can actually sit back to read the chat. I don't have to be all up like past my microphone. Engineers. If I had my old man pipe, I'm so glad I got my machine going again.
Yeah. That's great. I'm going to send you a list of patches I need.
I'm sorry, but this is a life choice I'm making. I do look like a bumblebee. I don't care. I love these things. I want to wear my glasses, okay? But like I was saying earlier, this is function and this is fashion.
Well, there you go. This way you get to have fashion and see.
I can't do that. It's straining my eyes. I'm playing around too much. No, I need to wear my glasses more. The point is I need to wear my glasses more. I need to quit messing around. I bet my sewing will become more precise.
I thought you could see up close though.
I
Or
know.
like,
I'm just throwing jokes. I'm just
oh,
throwing
okay.
jokes
Excuse
against
me,
the
excuse
wall.
me. Sorry. Wait. Oh, I caught it there.
No, yes, I can see perfect up close. That's why I can read without my glasses on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but it's far away where you know,
What's
that far.
what's the line? Like, can you, without your glasses, can you see when you're trying to cut fabric, or is that a little too far for you?
No, it's when I have to wear these when I'm driving. I have to wear my glasses when I'm driving.
Mm-hmm.
I can't see far away.
Or read the chat, or so what's the line?
This is spatial perception though, because my chair is actually 2 or 3 feet away from the computer.
Mm-hmm.
If I sat back here, you really see how far I am, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But because of computers, everything looks much closer. But like I'm actually sitting a good distance from my computer, you know.
So you might need them for cutting, but not necessarily at your machine. I'm stuck on
It's
something.
one of those things. It's kind of like my grandmother never measured anything when she was cooking or sewing, but everything came out perfect.
Mm-hmm.
She knew what she was doing in her head. So when I have my glasses on, I don't have to try as much. But they're like when I don't, I could read a measuring tape. I can still, it's far away is the problem.
Mm-hmm.
And the older I get, I am one of those people who don't want to be a burden on society. So I do the world a favor and put my glasses on.
Okay. Saves unhappy accidents.
No, that's real. Like I need to wear my glasses. I have to stop fronting and I just need to start wearing them. It's that simple. But it's all
better contact lenses.
I have sensitive eyes. Or I could just wear these cool glasses. I need to find some even more cool glasses like this that go over my glasses. You know what? I'm bringing back all these fashions. I'm going to bring back the bumblebee. Let's bring back the giant Donatella Versace glasses that are as big as your face that kind of make you look like a Muppet. I'm here for it. I watched a documentary about her. Like, actually, when we were talking on my other screen, there was a documentary about Versace. I went back and watched it.
Oh, okay. You could get some of those glasses like what's his name wore in A Different World.
Dwayne Wayne.
The glasses and then they flip up.
Dwayne Wayne. Now I have that song. Do you know who sang that song? I know. See, I don't want to get a copyright strike. Do you know who sang the Different World song?
No.
Aretha Franklin.
Oh, nice.
I didn't know it, but a YouTuber I watched played the whole song, but she's famous. So famous YouTubers can get away with stuff, but when you have 400 subscribers, they will take your channel down if you play a certain song. But I was like, oh, that's so cool. It's Aretha Franklin. I was shocked because it was a show that I watched in the 90s, you know? Good times. I like the Bumblebee look.
Then rock the Bumblebee look.
I'm definitely for function and fashion at the same time. And it's okay. Be cruel. Did these make me look? I was gonna say something mean. Did these make me look like a bumblebee?
I mean, a little bit, but they're not bad. They're a statement. I like them.
They're a statement. Okay, but what am I saying, really? I can't. I'm. You know what? Maybe it's the geek in me. I can't get over this. These are cool to me because they go directly over my glasses, and because I have these frames are literally the U.S. Army frames.
Uh-huh.
They had an advertisement for them at the shop when I bought them, and I'm like, I want those. Those will take, because I'm a goof anyways. But they fit perfectly under these glasses.
It's like the makes me think of what they used to say about the mullet. You've got party in the front and then business underneath.
I say that about my videos. I say my videos are like a mullet because I put all my information in the front and then the back is me showing off my stuff and dancing with my clothes because I'm all excited that I made something. Well, with my giant hat on, I officially look like that man who's trying to chase his youth. Oh, these glasses are huge.
Well, I think that oh my word, tongue tied. To me, you look less like a bee and more like the guy who goes to the ski slope to be seen and not necessarily do any skiing.
Do you know how expensive ski gear is? I would be that guy.
I don't want to wreck this. What are you kidding me?
A long time ago, I used to go to my local swap meet. Every Tuesday, they have they have a swap meet for people with flexible hours. And so every Tuesday I would make my way down to the swap meet. I got so bad, I would go there in the shop truck from my job. I'm like, if they complain, they'll be calling me. I don't care. But I bought a pair of $600 Burton snowboard pants for $1.
Oh my goodness.
This guy, it was literally off a truck, and I'm not kidding you when I say that. I live in Los Angeles. It was at the swap meet, but the guy had a box truck and he would just dump all the stuff out. And like, I've scored so many times. I've got so many books from this guy, but I found these pants and I'm like, there's no way this guy's going to let me get this for $1. And I was like, you selling this for $1? He's like, yes. And I gave him the $1 and I ran to the car and put them in my car. They knew what they were. I know snowboard clothes are so expensive. Every time I wear them, people are like, dude, like, where did you get those? Those are like, like, I don't feel comfortable being next to a pair of pants that expensive. But I got them at a swap meet.
Wow.
I'm a swap meet aficionado. At least I used to be. Are you a swap meet kind of person?
I don't think I've ever been to a swap meet. I've been to like no, I don't think I've been to one of those either. Like antiques in the parking lot kind of thing. Well, no, maybe I've been to like a what are they called? Like a oh man, sorry, I'm tired, everybody. Words okay. Not necessarily coming, but where you like a garage sale, but everyone meets up and it's antiques and stuff like that.
A flea market?
A what?
A flea market?
Yeah. I think I've been to one or two of those, but I haven't been to like a swap meet. It's kind of a different angle of the same type of situation.
I've purchased a ton of sewing machines at swap meets. I've got really lucky. A bunch of denim, fabric, all kinds of crazy stuff.
Nice. So would everyone like to see the other things I got the other day? I didn't get to finish showing you. I'm very excited. I showed you Godless, but I got this curve ruler. It's kind of like, like a rotary cutter, but it's a ruler, so you can go around curves and like if you want to measure your sleeve head and your arm size and make sure they're somewhat compatible. This is the 12-inch one. They have a smaller one that's 8-inch. The 12-inch it's kind of big, but it's mostly like bigger things, I think. So that should be good. And then I got this chalk marker from Madame So, and I've got another one of these in white. And the chalk marker maybe makes it seem like something it's not, but it's kind of like a little tiny wheel. Yeah, it's a little tiny wheel. And so the chalk comes out as a dust. And so it rolls across and like deposits a little line. And it's nice because your fabric won't shift. I don't have any like tailor's chalk in the little triangles of it. I have a pencil in tailor's chalk, and this works really well, but sometimes I find that it pulls on the fabric a bit, and so I got this for when the fabric's being persnickety. So Joy says, Joy, you have a bendable ruler. I have a bendable ruler also, but it seemed like it was going to be a lot of wrangling. So I thought I would try this ruler.
I'll be right back.
Oh, sure. I'm done with my show and tell. Now I have to think of something else to talk about. So, Pam, you have some of those. Which ones do you have? I have I like this chalk pencil. It works really well. It's by Koh-i-Noor. But just sometimes I think because the chalk has to be a little bit firmer to not have it break. Sometimes it can pull a little bit, but it's nice because you can get a whole bunch of different colors to put in there. So, Joy, you say you have a different brand of that chalk marker. I have a white one that's a different brand, but I don't remember what brand it is. And so this one was on sale with Prime Day, and so I picked it up. This comes in, I think it was white and pink and yellow, I want to say. I don't think there was a blue one. Let's see. Joy says the States has way more nifty sewing stuff than here in Canada. I'm surprised that we kind of don't have the same things. A lot of stuff I get has the French packaging because it's North America and you have to put French on everything in Canada.
Oh, man. Oh, today has been really hectic. I've been running around like a crazy person, and it's a different world that I can actually see now.
Got a whole new perspective.
I forgot I was wearing my glasses until I sat down, and I'm like, it's so bright in here. Oh yeah, I'm wearing my glasses. The crazy thing is, like, when I look at my security camera, I can actually see everything in like solid detail, and I now know it's me and not my camera.
See, before people were creeping around, you just couldn't tell. Raccoons, possums.
Oh, Joy. I wish you lived closer. I have all kinds of chalk, all kinds of fun stuff. Like, I found a lot of stuff on Amazon. I don't know. I found a ton of weird stuff and affordable too. Some of the like off-color fabric. I bought this thing of like 200 spools of fabric, but they were odd colors like pink and green, and I needed odd colors
Mm-hmm.
because all I have is black, white, and blue. And red, but just black, white, and blue, basically. I have chalk pencils and chalk rollers. Oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
You can get prescription sunglasses. I'm gonna go. Actually, I made an appointment, so I'm going soon. I'm gonna see what I can and cannot do.
Yeah.
Then I can sing my song. I wear my sunglasses at night so I can see my seams right. That's the song. It's work in progress. I like these. These make me look like a fool, but I love these glasses.
You don't look like a fool. It's just a statement. And you make strong statements, so it works for you. What?
No, it's just me not wearing to wear my glasses. It's time to man up. Prices are high in Canada. Oh, I did not know that. I get we get crazy breaks. I think they sent me that hoop because I was like, I am never gonna order from Amazon. And I said that yesterday, and my hoop was here today. Amazon and I are fighting right now because I really want a certain patch for my Fonzie vest that I'm about to put on in a minute. But I'm so disillusioned with Amazon. What's the point if they're gonna it gets here whenever it gets here,
Well, but Amazon can't control shipping from China.
Yeah, but what if it's from Lubbock, Texas?
It took a month to get there from Lubbock, Texas?
I could show you the invoice.
That's so bizarre. I mean, were they making it custom? Like they had to manufacture it for you?
Next time I'm just going to drive to their factory and then drive back. It'll take less time. I wear my glasses over my glasses when I drive. I need to start doing that because I really need to start wearing my glasses every day, everywhere I go. What I use for my batch sewing, I make templates of a dart, for example, and I use a hole punch and mark a lot of them, and then at a time.
That's a good idea.
The hammer kind of punch. Oh, that reminds me. I found my crocodile. Where is that thing?
Oh, your crocodile? Ooh, I want one of those. It's on my list.
I've had this forever. I've had this longer than half the sewing machines in this room, but I found it behind all the stuff yesterday.
Oh, wow.
I was like, score. I have a real crocodile. This is a real one before they started massively bootlegging them.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Everything's more expensive in Canada. I learned that when I was really young, looking at book prices. Same with comic books. Same. Everything was. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
The thing with book prices, though, is they decide and print it on there, and then the exchange rate shifts. So sometimes things end up being less expensive in Canadian dollars than in US dollars. But the things that I got, Joy, are this curve ruler is by Stitch Buzz, and the chalk marker was from Madame So. So those are both Stitch Buzz has an Etsy site, an Etsy shop. So they're what am I trying to say? They're indie people who make sort of useful but maybe slightly unusual sewing supplies.
Awesome. Never heard of it. Of Madame So's. That's awesome. I take notes when Warren says certain things. I'm like, okay. No, because there's certain things that this is a cultural exchange here. We're all learning from each other.
True.
I've learned I've learned so much from you guys because I sew like a pirate. I do. And I take a bunch of steps I shouldn't. So I've learned so much.
Every time Alibaba is here, he drops little pearls
Oh,
of sewing machine wisdom on us.
just gems. So should I keep my old hoop or should I huck it?
Well, it depends on if you want to try to repair it or not. As a backup or, like some super glue.
It is. I'll keep the piece that isn't cracked, but I now know that is what was wrong with my machine.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's a precision machine. Let's be real. As someone who actually works with like tractors and stuff, like if one piece is off, the whole thing won't work. Like I get it, So I get it
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Shame. I feel like I should have tomatoes thrown at me and put in the stocks for a week for how I destroyed that machine. So keep it. Joy says keep it. I will. But should I get rid of the broken piece though? Because it's broken and that's what caused this drama for a year. I didn't use this machine.
Did you try gluing it? I would try gluing it before you decide.
Glue doesn't keep up because I live in the desert and it eventually dries out. And Scotch tape worked for a while, but it doesn't keep the integrity because it's shaking like this. It's shaking back and forth, and so it doesn't keep its integrity, and it eventually comes loose.
What about like epoxy or something?
I have every epoxy you could possibly think of. What you need?
Well, try one and see if it holds.
That's not a bad idea. I have a ton of JB weld in here. I have a ton in this room. Like, that's not a bad idea. Maybe you can make a hoop replacement. That is true. My son, like, he's he keeps on getting me. He keeps on trying me to buy what are they called? A 3D printer that's like $6,000. He's like, look, it's only $6,000. I'm like, let me show you all this stuff we could do with $6,000. I am Eddie Murphy's mom. I'm like, McDonald's, we got that at home. I'll make it at home. Like, I'm like, let me show you what we can do with 6,000. Just like that $10,000 truck. Guess what? It's still sitting there. He hasn't sold it.
Okay. You can get trucks for not $10,000. You can get 3D printers for not $6,000. I don't think that we've got a logical fallacy going on here.
Yeah, but I have a teenager who sees me swipe my card and thinks that I am way more high in the hog than I am.
Well, I mean, you could get a 3D printer and enjoy it. I'm sure you put it to good use. You just don't have to spend $6,000 on one.
Even if I did, I don't have the imagination. I don't like something like that. Okay. Perfect example. During the pandemic, Portia de Rossi, I think that's her name, right?
Uh-huh.
Ellen's wife.
Uh-huh.
She became a savior in LA County because she had a machine. She basically had $1 million 3D printer, and she started making 1 million of those the masks, the ones that you're really supposed to wear.
Uh-huh.
And she made a ton of money, but she's rich enough to house the equipment and to pay an employee to actually know how to run the thing,
Uh-huh. I'm baffled because you said something about not being creative.
Well, I don't know. You're right.
You're so creative. That's one of the things we all admire about you.
I'll make a drone. Just no, I'm kidding. I don't know. Like, I guess I'm not there yet. But then what was it yesterday? Somebody was talking about something, and I was like, oh, well, just wait until we get 3D printers. We'll just bypass you and start making it when we all have 3D printers in our house,
Yeah.
People have fixed teeth with JB Weld.
I mean, did they then die of poisoning?
I was raised by a real life hillbilly. You'd be surprised what you can do to your body and still live. My father was a certified hillbilly and he lived for a long time. If you're spending $6 on a 3D printer, you have to make money with it. That's why I'm not buying those intricate patch making like embroidery machines that you can like do Letterman jackets with and stuff.
Oh, but you know what though? I've said some things. Kilroy is always giving us gems. You could make some amazing patches with one of those fancy patch machines.
I know, but I told you I recently talked to somebody who makes clothes for the stars, and he's barely making it, and he's like, man, in like he was being honest.
Yeah. Well, but see, you could sell them to pay for the machine that you're using to make all the other stuff you want.
That is true. I just have to get a contract like he had. He was making clothes for all these rappers and he made a bunch of money, and then the contract kind of expired and they didn't renew it.
Mm.
And it wasn't even anything personal. They just moved out of state.
Yeah. Well, again, get yourself one that's affordable that you can use and have fun with and not feel obligations to start up a side hustle. And just don't spend $6,000 on it unless you want to.
Like I even want one of those press machines where you make it out in your Cricut and then you press it or whatever. I want one of those, but like I sit there and I'm like, oh, it's just too much. It's like getting married all over again. It's just a bit of an obligation that scares me.
Well,
because then you have to like start making shirts and stuff.
You can get one of those mini dry cleaning irons at Goodwill for like $50 to $100. I have one. I literally paid like $40 for it or something like that.
Where would you put it? Thank you. Okay, so it's funny that you would say this, Joy. My neighbor is moving. He's giving away all this stuff. My ex-wife picked up my son today just to take him out to dinner. They were hanging out. Great times. We're all friends. Good. My ex-wife pulls up and she sees a free sign, and she's like, oh, she took 2 rugs. She took all of this stuff. And my neighbor looked at me and he's like, I'm so surprised you haven't taken anything. And I told him the honest truth. I was like, brother, I have no room. I have no room. I have no room. Isaiah did take something, though. What did he take? He took something. It made me laugh because my son is such a picker as well. But that's why I haven't bought a treadle lately. There's quite a few machines I've walked past. I just do not have the room anymore. And I promised myself that I wouldn't like have stuff in the living room and in the kitchen. And like, so I have to keep that promise to myself.
Mm.
Well, I have a brilliant idea. You could get rid of 17 touch and sews, and then you'd have room for 3 treadle machines.
But then I wouldn't be able to play the commercial in my videos anymore. Oh, touch and sew. I love that commercial. The most wonderful life of being a woman and wife. I know the song word for word. It's actually offensive. It's very 1950s. I love that commercial. I'll take the L every time. I'll take the copyright strike every time. I love that commercial. Better buy the warehouse. See, Joy knows where I'm coming from. Exactly. I was thinking about that. I could like open up an odd. They have an oddities. They were having an oddities sale when I was driving past downtown, and I saw this huge line. I was like, "Keep driving, guy." But they were having like a odd sale. Time to send some to send some to the scrap yard. I hear recycling yards are paying decent money for steel. Not here. And I'll tell you why. Because of people who do a very specific type of drug have ruined recycling in Southern California. So if it's not bottles or cans, they're going to look at you like, where'd you get this? Why do you have 2 tons of copper wire? And why are you chewing your jaw?
The touch and swears have too much plastic. That's part of their problem.
I
They are
guess you
all
could put them in the plastic recycling.
Okay, let's be real. Let's be real. Okay. In that drawer, just in there, behind that door, I have 7 touch and sews. And I probably oh god, I don't even want to count. Now that I think about it, because I'm gonna call myself out and realize I probably have like 19 touch and sews.
Weren't you up to 17 the last time you told me?
That's what I'm saying. Like the more and more I think about it, it's because touch and sews look cool, but they're always like $5, $6. Because whoever had it before walked in the store was like, sell this for $1. Get this demon out of my life. It's the look. They're very like James Bond to me. I love the touch and sews.
Find your best working one and keep it for nostalgia and part of the collection, part of your fleet, and then send the others off the plank.
Touch and sew.
Can't believe it was made by Singer.
See, you know the commercial too because you watch my videos. It's an earworm. It's an earworm. Those commercials were ingenious. Those jingle writers were ingenious back then.
Touch and swear. I wonder what they were thinking.
Full orchestra for a commercial. Come on. No one cares that much anymore. Oh, Waternay, you told me to remind you about a Facebook's friend request. I have been taking pics in my machine planning of making an album there.
Okay. Remind me again, not in the middle of the stream, because I will probably forget.
I can't believe it's made by Singer. Touch and sew. There's the greatest commercial. I do, and I have a lot of stylists as well. I probably have like 9 or 10 stylists. I'm ridiculous. You know what's funny? I probably have more than 100 sewing machines, but I just say 100 because I stopped counting at 100.
I keep trying to decide if you have more sewing machines than I do, or if I have more sewing machines than you do.
Touch and sew. I never said Gala sewing was sane. I sent you a message and okay, awesome.
Oh, see, I never see those though. I have notifications turned off because otherwise I was getting all kinds of notifications about people's random posts. I left Facebook. I happily walked away. I just have it so that my history doesn't disappear.
You're totally reminding me right now that I need to post on Twitter. I have gained almost 1,000 subscribers on Twitter, and I have not posted in almost 2 months or a month.
And are they like enjoying things you said before, or are these your followers here on YouTube, and then they're going to see if you post anything interesting over on Twitter X?
Let's go look. I need to. I see there's many sides of Godless Sewing. Like I make clothes, but I also was huge on upcycling my stuff. Like upcycling is something I love to do, and I have not been on this so long. I don't know how to get on my own page. There I am. But like sorry, go ahead.
I really like your upcycled jeans.
I'm in love with I pulled my treadle out and forgot what it looked like, and I believe it was a 128. Wow, maybe it's almost mint. Wow. Hold on, me. That's what happened this week when I was pulling stuff out. There's stuff I forgot I even had. I'm obsessed with upcycling. Like this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 6 different pieces.
Okay.
That I made as one. And of course, that's my house of sewing. I found this at a Goodwill, and I bought it because I posted it on Twitter, but I'm gonna make a back patch out of that.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And it like, so I made this. That's all different pieces. It's pretty. I make some hardcore stuff.
Yeah. Well,
but I'm really into upcycling.
that's the kind of thing that pulls a following, I think. It's no wonder people are following. They're like, "Oh, this is awesome."
I made this. This is actually the giant 1980s writing jacket that Waterday said brought me back to the Fonzie era, but that's the back of it.
Well, you were talking about how it was great and retro, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, makes me think of the Fonz."
This one will forever remind me of somebody.
Who can that be?
this this will forever remind me of Kilroy. When I first met Kilroy years ago, I ran looking for this coat to show Kilroy. Like, look, I get it. I love that. I wear that all the time too. But because it's leather, like it's a Letterman style, I wear vest over it. I can't wait till winter. This is all let's see if I get the picture. That's all different pieces.
Yeah, see, you're so creative. I'm with Joy on that one.
Thank you, Joy. Thank you. Awesome. We'll definitely check that out. But people keep on subscribing to me on Twitter, but I'm kind of over Twitter. Twitter was ugly and then it got awful. And I'm just like, if you're bad for my blood pressure, we can't hang out anymore.
Yeah. Every time I go on there, if I make the mistake of looking around, I leave miserable.
Awesome. This channel, she upcycles old fashions and thrift items to like the runways. That's awesome.
Nice.
I love upcycling. I'm the same way, Joy. No worries. I am the exact same way.
Joy said earlier, I pulled my treadle out, forgot what it looked like. I believe it's a 128. Maybe it's almost mint. Oh,
That's what I was like.
Wonderful.
Oh, jealous. That's like every time I go to Rooster's Relic, he's like, "Oh, I think I have another sewing machine." He pulls a 110 old white out, and I'm like, "Where was this?" Which leads me to believe that the other owner before, like, he didn't even know what he had, because the new owner is like, here's this. I need to go see him. But let's be real. I do not walk in the antique shop unless I have at least 80, 90 bucks in my pocket. Because cash. Because I know that, like, and it's different at Rooster's Relics. He gives me really good prices. He gives me really good, like, he'll like $40 for a 110-year-old sewing machine with the bobbin.
Nice.
Can't fight that. You can't fight that, you know.
Nice.
But he spoils me because I'm not willing to pay more than that price, you know.
That's it. I'm going to have to drive and see you, and we'll go to all the antique stores, and we'll fight over who gets to take the machine.
I have no room. I'll walk around like this.
I don't have room either, but you know, some things are worth making room.
I'm looking for smalls right now, but let's be real. Like, there's a table and a sewing machine I have my eye on. No one's purchased it in like 2 or 3 weeks. But it's so outrageously priced. I'll go on half off day.
Oh, Kilroy's leaving us.
I'm going to be taking off soon, too. Well, I'm going to be editing this, too. Thank you so much, Kilroy. I will definitely see you on Wednesday. I will, I have quite a few things I'm going to be making.
Good to see you, Kilroy.
Great to see you, as always. Yay, I found a whole set of white presser feet and attachment. I have the machine. Wow, I don't have the machine.
Oh. I have a number of white sewing machines. Maybe we can coordinate.
That's another thing. That reminds me. I bought a box of touch and sew cams.
Oh.
It'll fit one of my 17 or 19 sewing machines that I have.
See? You keep the cams and the one machine, chuck the rest. Does the touch and sew take the flat cams or the top hats? I can't remember.
It depends on the years. Top hats, though. The ones I have are top hats. But it all depends on the years because some are different because like you can open it up and just see each cam. And that's the one thing that drives me mentally insane about, even Apple still does it to this day. It'll be the same machine, but they change one little thing every year. And usually with Singer, it was the plugs. That's why that 4 or 5 prong plug is literally like elusive.
Ugh.
And Fred Sanford is one of the only people in Northern America that has.
Excuse me.
When he showed it in his video, I said out loud, "You gotta be flubbing kidding me!" It just flew out of my mouth. I'm like, it's right there. And it's one of those things too, because I have hundreds of power cords in this room. I don't have the 4 prong Singer. I don't. It's a point of contention with me.
Well, maybe you need to get one from Fred.
I am this close. You guys are gonna laugh at me when I'm like live streaming from a hotel in Michigan. I'm like, I'm in Michigan. I need professional help. I know. I'll be home tomorrow. It's cold here. I have 6 coats on. No, I have heavy leather. I know a guy.
Joy saw the cams for $10.
Oh, that's
Wow.
crazy. Anything that says Singer on it, I'll buy it. And I was at a thrift store and I saw the box and it was all cams. But I didn't realize when I got in the car, it said Touch and So. And I'm like, still worth it. People will talk trash, but still worth it.
But the one of the nice things about Singer is that they were, like you can use the feet on several different machines.
Yes.
And
Yes.
so, you can use those Touch and Sew cams on something else.
My 301 my 301A cord works on like 6 or 7 different models of Singer sewing machines. Which is convenient for me because I'll buy a machine sometimes that doesn't have the plug. And in my head, I'm like, oh, they don't know I have this at my house. Thank you very much. Like, I don't need the power cord. Just by looking at it, I can almost tell you what year the certain machines were made. Oh my God, I have too much Singer stuff. Same. That's my problem. And like Kilroy always says, like, Singer owned LA. Singer owned. So like even the vintage Singer stuff is here because they've always, sold in Los Angeles. They've owned LA. Like you will not find FOF anything here unless someone's grandma moved from Minnesota and moved to Venice, and you know what I'm saying? And like it ended up in a thrift store.
Singer was the #1 selling machine by far for years and years and years and years.
And years.
So that's why it's so easy to find.
Oh, now I have the jingle stuck in my head. Over 1 million sewing machines sold worldwide. Doom, doom, doom by Singer. I'm obsessed with those old commercials. I need a cord for one of the sergers. $80 is too much. I have a line as well, Joy. I have a huge line of where I draw the line in the sand. And I'm like, this is crazy.
That's a lot for a cord.
Some retailers know they have you, so they'll overcharge. It's insane, especially with vintage stuff. Because they won't realize how common something is, but like it's weird because there are some, like my black Singers, everyone sees them and they're like, oh, they must be worth millions. And I'm like, no, this one's worth $40. This one's worth $200. This one's worth $20. This one's worth $600. This one's worth $10. But they all look the same,
Yeah, people don't know like the difference between this decal and that decal and this year and that year and all of that.
I'll keep looking in thrift stores. You never know. I found a pedal to one of my Touch and Sews. I bought the Touch and Sew in LA and I bought the power cord in Ventura. So you never, they're far from each other. Well, speaking in LA terms.
And depending on when you're going.
It takes forever. It's a FOF, but my other FOF doesn't work. One day I was having a moment. I don't even know what was wrong with me. I was just having a day. I was having an emotional day. I got on the 405. I drove all the way to Santa Monica, and I took the one all the way back up to Ventura and drove all the way back to my house.
Oh, wow.
I did the Malibu, what I call the Malibu tour.
That's
I
pretty
bought a-
going up the coast.
I bought like 6 or 7 sewing machines that day.
Oh, my.
It's because I used to live in between Culver City and Santa Monica, off of a street that we all know the name here. And so, well, it was more Santa Monica, but I considered it Culver City, but it was Santa Monica. So I know that part of LA, you know. So you get me anywhere near there, I know every thrift store.
Okay.
Every thrift store in Venice, Santa Monica, there are some really cool hidden Goodwills in Santa Monica too.
Oh.
And because people are bougie, you get some really good stuff.
Mm.
And I went crazy because, you know, no, who's buying a sewing machine in Venice? Everybody's an artist, but I don't know, you know. They had quite a few the day I showed up.
Oh, wow. Go thrifting. Go to
I'm
food
down.
log, go to.
You know my reasons why I'm mad at Ventura right now, but I'm down. That was my honey hole for the longest time. People were like, where are you getting all these vintage sewing machines? I bought over 50 sewing machines in Ventura just in a year and a half period.
Wow.
That was my honey hole. Every week I'd come back with something vintage.
Ooh.
That was, and plus a touch and sew.
Oh, goodness.
Every week.
At the store, I'm sorry, sir, we can't let you take that antique unless you take a touch and sew.
I got known. Like I would walk in there and the staff would be like, okay, go get the new guy because this guy buys machines. Like, and they're heavy. They would give me a cart. There was one store, they would give me a cart. That's a lot of machines. They were selling them for like, man, I need to pull up one of my old videos there because in the back of my Flex, you can see I obviously have 4 or 5 sewing machines. They were selling like all the touch and sews were $5. And then the black singers, they were selling them for like 25 to 40 bucks. I bought a 1951 singer for 25 bucks table. It was in mint condition.
Wow.
But I haven't been to Ventura since I got pulled over. It's been a while. It's been a long. I can see with my glasses on. This is a different world when I'm wearing my glasses. I know why they were.
I started collecting in 2019. And what happened was, I might have told this story already, but for people who don't know, my mom had a nice Bernina that she had gotten gently used from a sewing machine store. And we were sharing it. And it seemed like every time she wanted to sew something, I had the machine. And every time I wanted to sew something, she had the machine. So I'm like, this is ridiculous. I should just buy a sewing machine. And so I was researching all the different antique and vintage machines and their features and this and that. And the rabbit hole is very large, and I fell into it and I just couldn't climb back out. And now I have a collection.
I completely understand. I had 2 of my own. When my grandmother passed away, all of a sudden I had 9 sewing machines. And then when my father passed away, all of a sudden I had 14. And then, you know, and then I discovered a honey hole, and all of a sudden I had 25. And then, like, you know, I get it. And then COVID, you know what's so funny? Like, people are like, "Oh, what do you do during COVID?" So half the thrift stores were still open during that era.
Mm.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Part of what happened with me is that I was so interested in them all, but I knew I didn't necessarily want to keep them all. And so I came up with the idea, well, I can get them and I can play with them and enjoy them and see how they work and everything, and clean them all up, save them from a landfill, and then send them along. So it's not that I plan on keeping all of the machines. I just have them temporarily so I can have fun and keep myself occupied.
The Jones hand crank is in great condition too.
Ooh. I have a Jones hand crank. The mechanics are really good. The decals,
At least you didn't rub it off with Gojo.
I hear that happens sometimes.
I'm gonna pat myself on the back. Look at some of these titles. It's not always sunny in Ventura. Come on, that was gold. I need to start standing in front of my flag too, like Sergeant Slaughter. I need to bring that back. How long ago? That had to have been longer than a year ago. I literally made a video. See, there's the touch and so. I made a video about why self-winding bobbins and I do not get along at all. But I scored so many sewing machines in Ventura. It's not even funny. 1950 Singer, Tiny Taylor. I had that before. Like, look at me standing in front of the dumpster at my job. Good times. I'll spare you. But I have a quick question. If I got a copyright strike on something, will I get a copyright strike if I play it here?
I don't know.
It's my own video.
It's hard though, because your live is saved as a video for later, and so I'm not sure like how they count things.
It's just my opening was gold on this because I used the MacGyver theme song and they almost took my channel down.
Oh no.
Well, it was sneaky. I got a ton of views and then they almost took my channel down for it. I won't play it. They came after me though, but that was one of the greatest. That, and when I used like an Afro-Caribbean song from the BBC, they did not like that.
Oh.
Other channels I've seen people sharing, so I don't know. I don't even know how that works anymore. I agree with you. Like, I see people trashing each other and saying, fair use.
Well, a lot of times it is, but then for the channel people against the huge record companies and things, if it doesn't work in your favor, it's so expensive. Like, you can lose your channel, you can pay, if you end up going to court or something, like nobody can afford that. But just, it's so dire if your whole channel gets canceled. Even, it's people don't want to fight it because.
Let's do it. Hold on. Where's my MacGyver video? That was one of the greatest openings I ever did. The BBC one, I know I can't play that one, but where is MacGyver? It was just, what it was? It was just a hokey opening, and I love what I do, and it bothers me that YouTube strikes me down so much. Yes, like the shit shows, absolutely. YouTube, it just bothers me. Like, I'm not hurting anybody. I'm not talking trash about anybody. I love what I do, We'll end the show on this one. We'll see if and then we'll see if we're still standing after I show it. My so-called life is sponsored by greatest opening ever. Look how big my beard was. Look at all those touch and sews. I'm kidding. Oh, and spoiler, I'm wearing a Sea Shepherd t-shirt, and Richard Dean Anderson made Save the Whales famous. So that's a total nod to RDA right there, because I'm a stickler for details. Okay. And there's Easter eggs. There's Easter eggs in everything I do. Oh, God, this is the best part. How's it going? I'm Godless Soul. Okay, we've all seen that guy. But like, I loved that opening, and they almost took my channel down over that. And that was like filtered. If you listen to it, that I specifically downloaded something that was filtered through something else. So it's kind of choppy if you really listen to it, you know. But I MacGyver was my guy when I was a kid. Like MacGyver was the guy. He was the guy, you know.
My uncle said that he was listening to a radio program and they were saying, you know, oh, if you were stuck on a desert island, who would you want to take? And people are naming all, you know, these people that they find attractive and desirable. And my uncle said, forget that. I want MacGyver. He can get us off of there.
MacGyver would get you off of that island within a half an hour.
Using nothing but a Swiss Army knife and a paper clip.
I think they're an hour. Do you know what's so sad? They took MacGyver off of Paramount Plus. If anything is listening, this is my official complaint. Because that was like my happy place. I miss old school television. I watch old school television. So I need to now I just need to buy all the DVDs. I forgot about that. I'm so mad. I forgot about that.
I have shelves of physical media and I keep thinking, oh, you know, I'd have so much space if I got rid of these. And you know, people say, oh, well, just, you know, watch it on streaming. But let me tell you, every time you go to watch something on streaming that was there last time you looked, suddenly it's gone. Poof, into the ether, nowhere to be found.
I am absolutely obsessed with Stargate. I own everything that had, even the crummy stuff they've put out, just because what platforms they're on comes and go, you know.
Yeah,
they're on every platform all the time because they're constantly losing contracts, gaining contracts. They were with MGM, they're no longer with MGM, and so I own all of it so I can watch it whenever I want to.
We still have all these like antiquated distribution rights. It should just be whoever wants to host it can host it, and then you just pay the copyright owners. Like, it doesn't have to be that complicated.
And if some middle-aged man wants to add a MacGyver song in his YouTube videos, he should do it without being penalized for being middle-aged and nostalgic.
Or, you know, you just pay like a portion, whatever that was in, you know, like that portion of your ad revenue can just go to them, or a portion of that, because your other stuff it's not just the song. We're so antiquated with our copyright, with our concept of copyright and how to enforce
it. Drives me, because there's some really cool stuff I've made that's been blocked by YouTube that if you don't live in America, you can't watch it. I used to have the power cord for the Tiny Taylor singer Surger, but machine was broken, did housekeeping and threw it away. My Tiny Taylor has got me more views than anything I own. It's the strangest thing. And the funny thing is, I trash mini sewing machines and people keep coming back. They keep on coming back because I'm extremely honest. I'm like, I even pulled out my Sears Kenmore and was like, this Sears Kenmore that is like from the 60s works better than my Tiny Taylor, you know. And I got this Sears Kenmore for $10.
A lot, you know, like a lot of times you'll see someone talking about, you know, oh, we're reviewing these many machines, like if you want to spend $300 or under $100, you know, whatever the concept. And it inevitably they get towards the end and they're like, but you know, a vintage machine.
I believe it was Cornelius Corning or someone. I was watching them. They were using a 1980s Singer. And I'm like, brother, I got 15 of them. I was like, if that ever breaks, I have 15 of those. I was so shocked at the magic he is doing on a 1980s Singer sewing machine.
I like his channel. It's relaxing.
I hope you never watch this, Cornelius, but I fall asleep to your stuff. You're gold, brother. No, because some people get offended. Like, I have moments of this. in my streams. I can totally see how people would fall asleep. I would not get offended. I feel sad now that I threw that away. I double look and see if I threw the cord away, but I know I threw away the machine. Pam, I've done stuff like that. I'm looking for one of those Pyramid of Giza Sphinx singers. I don't know if it was stolen or if it's in my storage unit. And it drives me crazy. It's like Grant's gold. I can't find it. I might have kept the cord. Oh man. I do stuff like that all the time. You know what? There's a box under here. It's a new home sewing machine from 1919. I don't know what I was thinking. I took the motor and the switch off. I basically destroyed a vintage sewing machine.
Well, can you put the motor and the switch back on there?
I have to find it. It's floating somewhere around in one of my toolboxes because like a genius, I put all the power cords and the motors together.
Oh.
Because I didn't want to you got to have one and the other, especially with vintage sewing machines. Oh,
Maybe
Joy,
when
you
find
will.
it, you'll find that tension for the other machine.
And I have a machine, okay? It's called Scarborough. I used to have a speech impediment, so work with me. Scarborough Rotary.
Huh.
I bought the machine for $20 in my local. I walked up, I'm like, oh, it's a table. I closed the table. I took it home. I don't have a power cord for it. I've never powered it up. It's called Scarborough Rotary.
All right.
And I haven't been able to find anything about it. So it's way in the back of my table. I couldn't get to it right now if I wanted to. Maybe it's a hand crank and there's kits to do so.
Joy
Oh,
says you
make
can
it a hand crank.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But if you have the original motor, I put it back on.
You know, I used to always waffle back and forth with that until I purchased that weird treadle from the thrift store in the foothills. And I noticed that it was a motorized sewing machine that they turned into a treadle.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, well, and then they ripped all the mechanisms off.
They which mechanisms?
The bobbin winder, the mount for the motor, because there's all kinds. There's an arm, there's an L piece that the motor hangs on.
Why would they take the bobbin winder off?
It's a singer. It's naked. It is missing everything, and it's a treadle though. It's even missing the top cover pieces and everything.
That's so bizarre.
It was the first time I've ever come across where somebody turned an electric into a treadle like that.
You know, maybe what happened is some, older person was saying, oh, look, here's one, the motor doesn't work, I'll put it in this table. And they were, enjoying playing around with the machine, and then perhaps they passed away or, had to downsize or something and didn't get to finish converting it into a treadle machine, and
I'm literally looking at it right now. It's the strangest thing to me.
Yeah.
But I'm a sewing machine enthusiast, so I try to restore them to what they are. Like, I have a floating Sears Kenmore motor that I use for because it fits on all the singers. So any vintage that needs a motor, I throw that thing on it just to see if it works.
Mm-hmm.
You know what the funny thing is, Joy? It's kicking in. I think it's time to put this one to bed. We made it a full 4 hours. I went full Elvis this evening, James Brown, whatever you want to call it. I want to thank everybody that's made it this far. Everybody who's showed up this evening. You guys are so appreciated. You are. So yeah, Joy, you could spot it. So I want to thank everybody because I wouldn't do this without you guys. To Phoenix, thank you for joining us. I'll be trying to join her next Sunday. I hope everybody has a great evening, and I will see you next time. Do you have anything you'd like to shill? Anything you'd like to say hi, bye?
No, just been working on the treadle video. I'll show you next. I'll show you next time. I found the manual on ISMACS.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I will see you guys on Wednesday. So until then, reinforce your seams, be yourself, and I will definitely see you next.